What's up, everybody? Welcome to Flagrant, and what a weekend for theatrical comedians. Some very interesting news comes up about our boy Hasan Minhaj. Minhaj, I think, yeah. How do we even know? How do we even know that that's how he pronounces the name?
I think we get to decide what the truth is.
I think that his name is 70% emotionally true, and then, but the Arnold Palmer that is his last name, we're not exactly certain on, so I think it's something you just flow with and you go with. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The actually annoying thing about Hasan, you're gonna get these fucking jokes, you deserved it, but I like Hasan. He's a charming guy, and nice dude, always been nice to me, but you deserve this. But the crazy thing about the whole situation with him, you know, lying in his specials, or about the stories in his specials, is that, like, if you know his real life, he has these insane things that have happened to him, like completely separate. Like, when he came to America, it was on a boat with a tiger.
Really?
Did you guys know?
Dude, I had no idea.
Yeah. It was actually, he was like lost at sea, and it was him and a tiger on a boat, and they like forged this like real friendship.
That's crazy because that all
why
makes
not tell
sense.
that story?
Dude, that makes perfect sense.
Tell that story.
That makes perfect sense because the tiger, before he came here, I know he grew up in a jungle. A bunch of animals raised him, like he knew how to speak to them. It was dude, it was like a bear saved his life.
It was crazy.
And the tiger, he must have made good with tigers because the tiger was a real enemy.
Dude,
they should make a movie on his life.
They could. Dude, he told me this one story about like going to White Castle with his Asian friend, and it was like, it was one of the most unbelievable stories I've ever heard. It was like so many shenanigans.
Shenanigans galore, I bet.
It was shenanigans galore, and I'm like, why not do that? You know? Tell the thing about how he really made his money. He won Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
Oh, fuck, I forgot about
India,
that.
and just talk about that.
That's how he met his wife.
What an amazing life experience.
Dude.
That you can play off of. Anyway, so many things out there. But listen, tons of material for him to still mine. For all of you that are confused right now, news has come out. There's a New Yorker article that Hasan Minhaj may have been fabricating some things in his Netflix specials.
Wait, but Andrew.
Yes.
Comedians make up stories all the time.
That's true. Now, usually we do it to make things funnier.
Yeah.
Not make things more racist or sad.
Yeah.
Or emotional.
Yeah.
And I think that's the tricky thing here with like in his stories. It's not like he was using these exaggerations or hyperbole as punchlines. He was using them to kind of make the audience feel worse about him. And then it turns out these things didn't actually happen.
Yeah, he made life worse for other people in real life.
Oh, wait, how is that?
Have you know the prom story, right?
What's the prom story?
Prom story, the Homecoming King is based on this story that he was supposed to go to prom with a white girl, got to the door, she's putting a corsage on a white guy. Because her parents didn't like the fact that Hasan was Indian. And that's terrible story.
Yeah.
Lady responds.
I know that pain.
And says, Lady responds and is like, not only is this not true, he asked me days before the prom, I just said no, and not only are my parents not racist, I'm married to an Indian.
But here's the thing, and this is like, this is the problem when you lie in your specials, is like that girl had to marry an Indian. So that people wouldn't think she was racist.
Just to save face, too.
Yeah, just to save face.
So in a way, Hasan actually helped Indians.
Yeah.
He did.
Yeah.
He might be a hero.
The ultimate
He's
wingman,
a patriot.
Dude.
No, for real.
I would say got to marry an Indian.
Yeah, you would say got to. You would say got to.
Right.
Right. But the rest of us would be like, how many years do you got to put in on this?
Bro,
before,
they should do that for Indian
Because that's the first thing she says. She's like, I'm not racist, I married an Indian. She had to fucking do it because he bullied her into it.
But I do like this idea that if a girl rejects me, she's racist. Because there's a lot of racist brown girls that I didn't know were racist.
I see this girl, because he's handsome. Hasan is handsome.
Right?
He is a handsome man. Great fucking hair. We have to look at this girl.
She might be racist, bro.
She might be ugly enough where she's racist, dude. Or we gotta see what this white dude that she went to prom looked like. Ooh. I think we need to do a little research.
Ooh.
I think we need to do a little research. I think we might have to defend Hasan. He might be right about that one. She might have been racist.
Okay, got it.
Bro, I need to have that level of confidence, bro. Where if you don't like me, you're racist. The only way you could not like
don't
me,
you wish?
objectively.
You wish you had that.
She gotta be fat.
She
gotta be fat. This girl gotta be fat. There's no way that she's a cutie. Because he gotta think he's doing her a favor And then when she says no, he's like, oh, this bitch racist.
Yeah, but why say I went to the door? You didn't go to the door. This was crazy. He told me that story like
that's the most Indian
years
thing.
ago.
I'm here for vagina and Bob.
No, we don't show up. We just text you nicely.
Wait, hold on. He told you the story in real life?
Yeah, like we were cool a long time ago. I'm talking like 2012, bro. He and I used to be friends. I kind of realized whatever. I didn't know this was a lie. I thought all the reasons I don't fuck with this guy, this wasn't one of them. We were sitting at a fucking diner, and he tells me this story as a trauma story. I'm dead ass. I believed it this whole time.
He was working it out.
Son, that's the craziest shit.
Yeah.
We're just eating In-N-Out, bro. Why you gotta lie to me for?
You know what? You probably said something like, you went to their house? And he was like, yeah. And he was like, I gotta keep that part. That was good.
So then he said, I got to the door. Then he joked to get me on his side. Obviously, he's like, this is why you can't trust white women. And I was like, yeah, dog, that makes sense.
Wow.
But I will be honest, I remember when he said what her parents said to him, it's just not a good fit. And then I remember being like, that, okay, well, your parents would say the exact same thing.
Ooh.
It's just not a good fit. Like, this is what your parents would say that more. Your parents would be like, the fuck you thinking, man? This is not a good fit. She's not the same country, not the same race, not the same faith. What's going on? This is not a good fit, mad incongruous.
Yeah.
So I do remember thinking that.
And then now he's happily married?
Happily married.
Which probably wouldn't have happened if he was with that white girl.
Yeah.
The white devil.
And that white devil's now married to an Indian. Miserable. Right? So this ended up working in his favor. It turns out lying kind of works for him.
Lying's awesome.
That's
pretty good.
No, but
Try it out.
I think one of the things that we have to really separate is there are comedians that plenty of us, all of us, exaggerate things in our jokes.
To be funny, yeah.
Or change things in our jokes. That joke I did, the not fuck me joke. Right?
Yeah.
I was like, I was at a hotel with my boy, blah, blah, blah. That didn't happen in a hotel. We were at Veselka, and Case.
Oh, yeah.
And one of our friends,
Case
goes, yeah. I go, yeah, you can just crash at my place if you want to go home. And he goes, yeah, but what? And we could sleep head to toe or put the pillows. And I was like, yeah, or you can not fuck me. In the joke, it's funnier to just make it in a hotel.
Absolutely.
So we change these things to make parts of the joke funnier.
Yes.
It's a completely different thing. It's Jussie Smollett when you are lying about victimization.
Yeah.
So I don't like it when people are starting to target other comics who have things that aren't exactly true in their stories. This is not comedy. He's not lying about the funny part.
Yeah.
If he was, like if he found a way to the anthraxing the daughter thing is crazy.
I mean,
that shit is crazy.
Dude, what is that? What is that?
In retrospect, it's funny as hell. Knowing that he was lying about that?
The idea that this guy wasn't the funniest, there's pure comedy in this. Actually, every part is funny. If you realize none of it is true, the whole thing is hilarious. This is the greatest comic ever, I think.
Bro, but think about it. He got to do what is it called when you make fun of the president?
White House Correspondents' Dinner.
Yeah, off of lies. Like, that's great.
No, but getting sent anthrax levels you up because they only send that to important people.
To the bosses.
So that's a flex, bro.
That was a dope move. Hell yeah.
Bro, and what's his face got a shot too? He said, so he conflated some timelines to make what he went through a little bit more serious. He was making fun of, I think, the Saudis or something like that.
Khashoggi.
And
I have less of an issue with this, actually.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. I'm just telling the people. Yeah. So I guess in one of the stories he was like making fun of the Saudis, and then he had a meeting because he wanted to interview MBS, who is Mohammed bin Salim, I think his name is. He is the guy who runs the Saudi, what is it, PIF it's called, or PLF. All their money, all their fund, makes all their decisions. He's boss. And he went to go meet with them, and then I guess he left, and everybody was freaking out because he said the same day Khashoggi was chopped up at the Saudi embassy in Turkey, right? And people are going, oh my God, is everything okay? And he said something about the meeting or the event that night that Jared Kushner sat in a seat that was reserved for this Saudi journalist, right? And like apparently Jared Kushner didn't even go to the event.
Yeah.
Like it was just a shot at Jared.
There was no chair for him.
There was no chair.
Yeah.
So there was just a shot at Jared for no reason.
And to your point, the lie there was to make, it wasn't to be funny. It was to make himself a hero. And then a lot of the other lies, to kind of add to what you said, I think they're to kind of like push, I don't want to say an agenda, but to push a political agenda, for lack of a better way to say it. Yeah. Whereas if you are lying just to be fun, if the whole Bert Kreischer machine story was fake, none of us think it is, but if it was, who cares? It's hilarious. We're just laughing at Bert Kreischer.
That would break my heart, yo.
It would shake your confidence?
It would break my heart. If the machine story wasn't real,
You've been calling him the Sheen this whole time for no reason.
Nah, I wouldn't care. I'd be so happy with it. I'd be more impressed that you could make up that whole ass story.
I thought it was fake.
Come on, bro.
I did. I thought it was
real,
just,
dude.
I thought it was just a made up story for a comedy bit.
And you still loved it.
Yeah,
You didn't feel
I did.
betrayed.
Hold on. You saying if Bert never went to Russia, that wouldn't bother you a little
It
bit?
would actually bother me a little
Thank
bit.
you. Yeah, a little bit. A little bit.
I was using hyperbole to prove a point.
Bro.
It's my emotional truth. That was my emotional truth. That was my, can I be emotionally honest?
You were being emotional right there, and it was beautiful. I really want to appreciate that, and I want to reward that. Now, here's the thing. If some of the things said within the story have been tweaked a little bit to be funny, if he makes the Russian person say something funnier, you're doing your job.
Yeah.
As a comedian, that's great. There's no way that every single story a comedian says, when the comedian says the perfect witty thing back,
Yes.
that happened in the moment. Because most comedians are awkward as fuck in the moment, and they're not gonna come up with that line, and that's why they'll go home and they'll sit in the shower for an hour and think about what they would have said, and then that pops up in the joke. That's why I just wanna separate this from comedy. I hate that this is like getting pulled into, people are bringing up hilarious jokes.
The Chappelle baby joke.
It's fucking hysterical, which we
Wonderful.
all know
Yes.
is sarcasm, which we all know isn't a real thing.
Yeah.
It's used to point out things that might be real.
Yeah.
But people go, oh, see, you can lie there, you can lie. No, Chappelle's not lying about the emotionally manipulative part. He's not lying about the victimization part.
Yeah.
So
I also think a lot of those people didn't read the full article because the headline is like, oh, the stories aren't true, big deal.
Yeah.
And then you read it and you're like, oh, this is crazy. This woman's life really, her parents got death threats. This is crazy.
Oh, really?
Yeah. For the prom date.
Son, the anthrax shit is that's too
That's
good.
crazy.
That's crazy.
That's too good,
That's
bro.
crazy.
I gotta mail myself some baby powders. Level up in this bitch, right?
The anthrax got on his daughter, and he had to take her to the hospital. How do you even write that?
Bro, that's crazy.
How do you even write that? Why would you even want to think about something
So
like
when
that?
people call out of work, they'll say, I have
Why
a
your daughter
family
getting the
member.
mail?
Son,
Why your daughter getting the mail? Nobody asked about that? You make your daughter open up the mail?
Can I be honest though? In an Indian house, they just make the youngest person go get everything.
Is that right?
Yeah, go get me some water. Go get the mail. Go get this. You're like a golden retriever.
No way.
But for just like random things around.
mail
Go get
wallet.
that for me. Yeah, mail wallet.
You're the mail wallet.
You're a task
Yes.
wallet. You're a task rabbit. I mean,
Wow, bro. Yeah, I mean, just too funny. Just too funny.
Yeah, and then he
got to lean in with this next one.
The article said he invited the girl from the Homecoming Story to
watch
the show.
Yes.
Oh, that's next level.
And apparently used a photo of her in the show, but then blurred out her face.
with the brown boyfriend, which she obviously that ruins the whole story about her being racist. So he blurred his face too.
Yeah.
And
I
then
think she
still
might have
got
been
doxxed.
racist, yo. I ain't gonna lie. I still need to see this girl. Dude,
Dude,
can we see
are
if we
you
can
not
pick
allowed
that
to
up?
have your emotional truth? You and him both think she was racist. You just agree. That's it.
Yeah, we agree on the emotional
Yeah,
truth.
you agree on the emotional
100%.
truth. 100%.
100%.
Nothing wrong with that.
I think she's racist.
You think she's racist, and who are we to tell you you're wrong about another human being?
I think hold on one second. I don't think she's racist, but I do think that she agreed to go to prom with him.
Okay.
Why?
Because he admitted that. He was like, yeah, her version is true. But
But he's got to do that because he's super lefty, so he's got, women are always right or whatever. So he has to agree, but deep down he knows.
He's super lefty, but he's also super Muslim. So women aren't always right.
Or maybe he just didn't accept no as an answer because he's Muslim. Maybe that was it. Maybe there's
That's not true either. That's because he's Indian.
Oh, there you go. So listen, it's a cultural thing. Like she was like no, and he was like yes.
He was like, let me talk to your parents. They'll arrange this.
Yeah. You don't get to make these decisions.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, if he did go talk to the parents, and then he maybe would have respected it. They're like, no, it isn't a fit. Our star signs don't align.
That's exact, dude. Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta look
Why
at.
you get offended by that?
We gotta look at what is it called? The math, the Columbine. What does the Indian woman do?
Kundali, yeah, the star chart.
The star chart. Yeah.
Oh, they were talking about when that Indian girl was doing multiplication. You see that video?
No, but I
You
bet
didn't see this?
multiplying the
oh
fuck
my
out
God,
of it.
I'll pull it up. But it's literally this Indian girl is doing math, and they just ask her numbers, and there's like 55 plus 72 plus 105, and she's just doing abacus in her head. You haven't seen this video? Bro, it's
I'm talking about the Indian dating show where Shorty asked.
Indian matchmaking.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about the girl doing math, bro. Fuck.
Nah, bro. But you don't even need to pick it up.
Love watching retards.
I know, bro. I'm excited to bring this up.
No one cares.
Okay, now so here's the
I
question.
would like to know what Shorty looks like, but I guess her picture's not out
No,
there.
I can't find it.
Yeah. Because to turn down Hassan,
I will say though,
he's
Handsome
a handsome
guy.
guy.
Here, let me tell you something about
Charismatic.
Brown.
No offense,
Let
no
me
tell
offense.
you
I
something
know
about-
you want to be the hottest in there, but
I don't.
you know.
Buddy, I'm 40 and married. Who gives a fuck?
God, I mean, how much did you pay that New Yorker writer to do this?
That's what I'm.
How much you pay that motherfucker?
Hey, this was my special. I told you I was gonna be fired. I told you I was gonna be fired.
Crying. Akaash just filmed a special that's mostly true. Bro, Hasan is out of here.
It's emotionally true.
Those are the two specials. Bring back Apu, get rid of Hasan. That's what he's got to call.
And Netflix budget is wide open.
Wide open, dog. Y'all gotta fill it.
Do you feel like the article was a little bit of a hit piece, though?
Yeah, because Shorty was definitely emotionally manipulated by you know that whoever wrote it was riding for Hasan for like 5 years. And then randomly was at a bar and was like, oh, what?
Here's what happened.
It better be exactly what happened for you to cut off my little fun rant. It better be the exact thing that happened, because your boy was building momentum. I was about to 70% truth you, and I was about to give you the nicest
I didn't pick up on this.
had in your life.
A journalist friend of ours filled me in. The New Yorker was doing a feature on him. And they fact-checked. The New Yorker fact-checks everything. They don't fuck around. That's like their reputation. He just kept lying to them. He kept telling them all these stories as facts, so they started fact-checking them, and then nothing was adding up. Like, the daughter hospitalization short, there's no record, hospitalization record. The building didn't have any record of anything. They were very thorough.
Yo, that's some wild shit to hold on to hold on to the lie outside of the show.
Great. Sonny lied to me at an In-N-Out 15 years ago.
We need to sit down. Hasan and Jussie. Jussie and Hasan. Jussie, Malay, and Hasan need to sit down.
Jussie, Hasan, and you got to add Santos in that.
Yeah.
Come on, those are the GOATs right there.
Yeah.
Imagine that barbershop talk. LeBron, Jussie Smollett, right? LeBron lied about all the books he read.
Yeah.
Jussie Smollett, George Santos.
Parents from the Blind Side.
Parents from the Blind Side.
Yeah. Dude.
This could be a phenomenal podcast. Should we arrange this?
Yeah, we need to.
I think we should.
So, but this is the most Akaash has known about Indian shit. He knows every detail about.
Was that regular episode of Patreon with the two let?
Oh, that was Shane's.
That was
Shane's on it?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that was phenomenal.
Yo, you know why Shub ain't shit?
Why?
Because Shub, after the pod, was like, I used to think the same thing. Shub grew up in India.
He want to make you feel better.
No, I said, why'd you
never
say
thought
something?
that once in his life.
I said, why'd you say something? He goes, I didn't want to get destroyed on the podcast. They were killing you. Why didn't kill me?
I told Emma the story.
Yeah.
And Emma's been to India. And she was like, yeah, I saw that on all the buildings too. I knew it was to let. Like, I knew it was
Yeah,
to
but
rent.
that's because she's Jewish. She knows how to own land. You know what I mean? She knows how to be a landlord.
Don't start them rumors. Tour announcements. First of all, Long Island, thank y'all so much, man. 6 sold-out shows to Paramount. That was unbelievable. Thank you to everybody who came out. This weekend, we're in Niagara Falls. That's sold out. And we're in Windsor, Ontario at the Coliseum at the Caesars. Some tickets left for that. Pull up. Also, Dublin. Thank you guys so much. We're adding more seats. This has been incredible. The 3 Arena in Dublin, iconic location. We just added more seats, so go get those as soon as you can. Manchester, you've been asking, we added a second show. Okay, London, we're not adding another show. So if you're from London or any of the surrounding areas, get your ass on a train, come up to Manchester. We're doing a 4 p.m. show that same day. It's October 15th. Also, November 13th, we added a second show in Perth, Australia. Okay, Melbourne, we just added more seats to the John Cain Arena. Sydney, we added a second show at the Aware Super Theater, an unbelievable theater in Sydney. Cannot wait to get in there. And we also have Brisbane Entertainment Center in Brisbane. That's November 19th. We'll see you all there. All those tickets, DeAndrewSchulz.com. And some cool announcements coming soon. All right.
Also, guys, show announcements. First of all, thank you to everybody who came out of Stress Factory. It was crazy. We sold all 4 shows out super quickly, added a 5th show. That sold out super quickly. Sorry, we could not add a 6th. I truly did not have the time. But I'm going to take a little time off of stand-up, try to get my brain right. But I'll be back in Atlanta October 27th, 28th, and 29th. And if there's not a lot of low-key gay dudes trying to fuck me at all 3 of these shows, I'm going to feel very unattractive. So I want Indians, openly gay dudes, low-key gay dudes, and I think I just described all of Atlanta. Women, too. Women. I forgot half the population. Anyway, after Atlanta, next show on the docket is December 1st and 2nd in Portland, Oregon, and then December 8th in New Orleans, Louisiana. And I have a big announcement coming for y'all next week. Buckle the fuck up. People have been asking me from a very specific region where to perform, and it's not India. I will do India, but y'all got to get your exchange rate in order. But there's one more big show coming. You'll see what it is. Oh, guys, and before I forget, we did Twitch stream the NFL this past Sunday. Then I realized I ain't got no real following on Twitch, so we moved over to YouTube where your boy's getting close to 1 million, and it was fun as fuck. So we're gonna do it again next week. Akaash Singh Comedy on YouTube. Subscribe if you haven't already. Let's hit 1 million. But either way, NFL this Sunday.
Hey, what's up, guys? We're going to do the world's fastest dates announcement. Toronto, September 28th. Come see me and Deric Poston Comedy Bar. Let's get back to the show.
Suck his dick!
So what do we do with this? What are the repercussions? Do you think this affects him career-wise? What is the...
I don't know. I hope it does because I have a special that I'm shopping. So let's clear out some money. You know what I mean?
Because
they're saying he can't host the Daily Show now. That's like the
I think
thing
he's
people
still
are
in the running last.
Oh, there's no way.
Like he was like a front runner.
You can't. No.
Branding-wise, he seems like an obvious choice.
I don't. Branding-wise, he's obvious. Skill-wise, he's obvious. I mean, he's an excellent host.
Yeah.
He's fantastic. They should have offered him way before this article. But the show, I mean, the Daily Show is supposed to be about truth, right? Like you're supposed to. So the guy who is admit to not telling the truth can't host the truth show. I think the Daily Show would get too much criticism. That being said, I don't think that his fan base will care that much. And I think he'll still be able to tour and still be able to make, these pieces. And maybe they'll go into it with a little bit more realistic viewpoint, or maybe he'll change how he does the shows now that he's, felt the repercussions of not being honest.
Because this is, bring back a poo, the whole ethos is we're not victims. So watching the traumedy thing get exposed, where like these South Asian dudes are like, dude, we're these victims of systematic oppression. It's like, no, you're not, dude.
They're kind of co-opting the black struggle.
Yeah, and it's like, look, I ain't no fucking ally, but I'm not going to call myself an ally.
Shut the fuck up.
Yo, in America, we're richer than white people on average. We're killing everyone. We're not victims. We're killing it.
What?
We're richer than you on average.
Miles, how did we let this happen?
Hey, you didn't let nothing happen.
Not my America.
You didn't let nothing happen.
Not my America.
Hey,
Took it like you do.
no, they do that. We don't do that.
Nah, but I don't think nothing happens to him.
Yeah,
I don't think this affects him at all.
You don't think the Daily Show thing would?
Nah, I think he still can host that. No one cares about shit anymore. Like nobody cares about integrity.
That's interesting. I think there is less of a concern probably now about things being
And his
truthful.
lies didn't really hurt. Besides the prom chick, shorty, like his lies didn't hurt anybody.
I think he'll be fine. I think kind of like Aziz is still killing it, but some people felt let down by like this guy that was they're woke. He's still doing theaters. He's still, you know what I mean? So he's not.
Yeah, he's got a movie that he made. Like he's
I just
cooking.
haven't seen him.
No,
I think it might be like that. Where like a lot, dude, brown people worship this guy. That was their guy. They felt all these things that happened to him. You know what I mean? The FBI informant shit, like all that spoke to them.
Informant shit was wild.
The craziest thing.
Did you hear he actually asked him to prom? That's the real story.
And then he became an informant?
Yes.
No.
No, the FBI shit is funny.
It's insane, dude. It's insane.
So tell me FBI.
So the FBI informant story is that this FBI informant infiltrated his mosque right after September 11th.
Yeah.
And
Which you gotta.
You
gotta have a presence.
Back then,
gotta have a presence.
Back then, none of us would have been mad at it. We'd have been like, yeah, I get it.
Gotta have a presence.
Even the Muslims are probably like, I get it, bro. We're good, but I get it.
Gotta have a presence, bro.
I guess his parents like took him in, and then he was like asking all the brown kids there, like, what do you know about jihad? And then Hasan was like, I decided to have fun with him, and I told him I'm getting my pilot's license. That night, cops show up on my house, slam my face on the hood of the police car door, whatever, all this crazy shit. And then the story turns out to not be true, and they said, what is that? What's your emotional truth for that one? He was like, well, I was playing pickup basketball with these white guys, and one of them fouled me kind of hard.
That's hilarious.
Crazy.
I get that, though.
I still think that girl was racist. I still think that girl was racist. That's the lemonade. That's the lemonade.
I love this. Any girl that rejected me is racist. A lot of racist brown girls out there.
Fucking hate brown.
Y'all some racist bitches,
pretty ass brown boys with green eyes.
I know, you hate
perfect beards.
Yeah. Skinny fat, you know what I mean? You ain't see me with my shirt off, why you reject me?
That's facts, bro.
But imagine you ask a girl, hey, are you racist? She's gonna go, no, I'm not racist. That guy's a liar. She has every incentive to lie.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Shit.
That's true.
I was right.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
You're right. I was right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that we could trust this girl. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think that we could trust this girl.
No.
I don't think so. I think we have to meet the husband.
Okay.
Who's the husband?
I mean, bro, who knows?
Oh, I know. Hasan. Yeah, that's who he's really married to. He's actually not married to a brown woman, doesn't have brown kids. He's married to a blonde-haired, blue-eyed white girl. Yes.
Scooby-Doo?
Take the mask off. Yes.
Whoa.
Yes. Joke's on you, Akaash. Married a brown woman.
I fucked up.
You fucked up. You could have actually achieved the American dream.
Yeah, dude.
Which is, Alex?
White women.
Minorities marrying white women.
Yeah,
this is the American dream.
Get that anthrax in the mail, some white powder, baby. You know what I'm saying? Some white girl. You want some white girl in the mail.
Anthrax is a metaphor.
People didn't get that. That was good.
Metaphor.
Yeah, dude.
It's a metaphor. Dude, did Russell Brand not do a real solid to Hasan this weekend? Because Hasan was going to dominate the comedy conversation.
Oh, yeah.
And then Russell Brand came out and he was like, you know what? The British have done enough to Indians over the years. I think that he deserves his reparations. And he slid in and he just took over the news.
Son.
Do you think that he's been serving out rappuccinos over the last? Don't laugh at that, bro.
Sounds like a delicious.
We can't say that word.
I guess
A rappuccino?
Starbucks points right there.
But do
How
you,
about ratatouille? How about that?
do you think that he's been serving up ratatouilles over these years? Because we can't say the word because the word
is triggering.
The word's triggering. It's also going to get us demonetized. That's what we really care about. But what do you think his scenario has been?
He might have, I don't know. We'll have to see what the court says and see if they confirm he's been giving out raffle pies. I don't know. I don't know if he's been serving up warm raffle pies to the women of London. I don't know.
Okay, can we go over the stories?
Okay.
Can we just, what exactly are the stories?
4 women have accused Russell Brand of giving them these Michael Rappaports and
No.
It's a big deal, dude. It's a big deal.
No.
I'm not Rappaport.
Just screaming in their face.
No way.
Oh, man.
Now listen, we've had Russell Brand on the show.
I know. This is tricky.
Why didn't you ask him this?
Say again?
Why didn't you ask him?
Well, because I knew it was true. Okay, that's why.
It would have made the conversation a little awkward.
Yeah.
It would have made it a little awkward if you brought it up.
We're trying to talk about the metaphysical universe. You know?
Because in that universe,
it's consensual.
No, okay, let's break this down because we should not be having, these kind of funny conversations right now.
no, of course not. This is a
You know what I mean?
serious, serious issue.
Let's just chill the hell out.
Okay.
Okay. Should we have a little drink? Does anybody have any Srapple?
What is Srapple?
Yo, just a little Snapple with some.
Snapple?
Yeah. Yeah, what's your favorite flavor of it?
It's funny because Do You Want to Drink is how most of these cases started.
But here's the crazy thing.
Yeah.
Sober.
Well, he's
a sober guy.
He used to be a drug addict.
Not from when these stories are coming out, right?
Oh, really? I don't know.
My
I thought these are
understanding is
all back in the day when he was a wild boy.
read the article.
you didn't read the article. He met one of them in AA.
I don't mind you not reading, but I do mind you trying to correct someone who read it.
Oh, okay.
That bothered me.
Yeah,
That bothered me.
Thank you.
But that's my 70% truth right there. Like,
That's emotional truth.
Yeah,
Hey, that's Russell Brand's new
Shout out-
excuse, bro.
You know what
Hey,
bothers-
Russell Brand's new excuse is
my emotional
My
truth.
emotional truth is they were about it, yo.
70% of them were about it.
Yeah.
There's about 30% of them. There was some pretty tart lemonade, but most of it was this.
Yeah, a lot of sweet tea.
The thing that bothers me about the emotional truth line is that comedy is actually that. Like if you look at old like Borscht Belt stuff, like the one-liners, like take my wife, please.
Yeah.
The emotional truth is, my wife can be kind of frustrating, so I'm gonna write a joke that is, and by the way, I finally understood that joke. Broussard explained it to us. It was take my wife, for example. That's the sentence that you would normally say. The women are amazing. Take my wife, for example. But the
Women
cutoff,
are amazing. Take my wife.
please.
Please.
Yeah. So, but the emotional truth is, my wife is frustrating, so let me write a joke about giving her to another man or something like that. The emotional truth is there. That's what comedy is, emotional truth. And then you write a sarcastic or a misdirection or a fable, a lie, punchline that satisfies that emotional truth. So I don't even like him co-opting this emotional truth thing. Because if you look at so many of the great comedians, the emotional truth is there. Like you look at Eddie Murphy doing the half.
Yeah.
The half joke.
Oh, yeah.
In Raw.
Yeah.
Where you're talking about like a woman getting half. Like the frustration that comes out. Look at Bernie Mac talking about his 3 kids and what he would do to the 3 kids. He's talking about hitting them. That's the emotional truth. I don't think he's beating up these little fucking kids.
I mean,
Black family.
Fair enough. But
He's not scared of this.
It was just different.
But let's say for example, he is not doing anything, but he recognizes the emotional truth is it's funny to say that he would.
Well, I'll beat him to the white meat. He's not going to beat you until that. You know what I mean?
But it's funnier.
Yeah.
Funnier to say it. So I don't like that even being pulled in there because that's pure stand-up. Pure stand-up is not lying about victimization.
Yes.
And then not satisfying it with a joke.
Yes.
Like that, I don't like that.
Also, one other thing with Hasan, I just feel like
the beard looks great, and he's just a handsome,
so
fucking guy.
handsome, and the hairline
is fantastic.
How?
Fantastic.
How?
Yeah.
I like him. I like him. She was racist, bro. She was fucking racist, Hasan, and don't you ever forget it.
Yeah.
Okay? It really fucking bothers me.
Yeah, dude.
That thing really fucking bothers me.
Because he became like so ingratiated with the Hollywood machine, I also think people are taking it harder on him. You know what I mean? Like if
you don't like Hollywood, you're using him as the latest.
I think he can be seen as a agent of like liberal media, and as a result, there's all these people on the right that are ready to like go at him no matter what. I don't even think they really care about. I bet you most of them didn't even see the special.
He's just a tool.
Yeah,
he's just a tool for them to hammer away at liberal media.
But he also used them to get. You know what I mean? Like he wasn't. He used it to get where he was and placated them and played to them.
Well, that is another
and
thing.
Pandered to them at all turns.
Mm-hmm.
I think you should always be wary of, and this is on the right or the left, anybody that 100% toes the company line or the party line.
Oh, yeah.
And a lot of times it's not even party, because I think Hasan would push back against Democrats, obviously push back against Republicans. But if your philosophy is liberal or Republican only 100%, you should always be a little bit skeptical of what's going on here, because oftentimes that's more of a costume that you're wearing for financial gain. And both sides. This happens on both sides.
And the people who are going to still go to his shows are going to be okay with the fact that it was lies because it serves the truth that they want to hear.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
So, yeah, that's something, like you said, always be wary of. I'm sure you've done this 1,000 times, but there were certain people on the right wing that wanted to interview me when Bring Back Pooh came out, and I was like, no, you're out of your fucking mind. You think I'm doing that? Because I'm not going to be your puppet.
Yeah.
You're not going to do this to me, where you want an agenda and then you rope me into it and then I'm a part of that. No. I'm going to be an independent human being who thinks straight.
Yeah.
And I think if you do that, you're going to get fucked by the other side, whenever the truth comes out.
Look at that integrity, just digging.
I'm the best. I'm a hero.
But I think this a lot of times happens, and the problem is that he did create some really beautiful art. Like I remember watching the first special, and it was beautiful. It was really great. Like the way that they did it, and it was just really good. And but I think the problem is like, and we talked about this before. It's like when you're focused on art, you'll try to stay true and authentic to that art. Yeah. And I think when people get caught up in success or the addiction for fame, you do anything you can to feed that.
The coolest thing you did after Infamous is 6 months off of stage.
Yeah,
6 months.
Because I wanted it to be pure. I wanted to find the next thing
And what
I
you're doing
wanted to
now
talk
is
about.
so different and so cool.
Yeah.
That's not happening if you're chasing something besides the art.
Yeah, 100%. And listen, we've got some huge advantages. We have a very successful podcast that is going to pay the bills. So we have the ability where we can take time off and find out the next thing that we're passionate about, how we want our art to be reflected, like what we really want to write about. And that takes fucking time. If you just go right back into it, you're just going to rewrite the same version of the last thing you did. And so I think we should take advantage. Not everybody has that. There are some people, they just need to keep pounding the road because they got fucking kids, they got mortgages, they got to keep doing it. So, but I think this is a good example of, wow, that works so well. How can we beat that? What if I don't have a story that's as good as that? Let's say the first one was real. What if you don't have another story that's as good as that? Yeah. Well, that's what people want. We have to deliver that.
We've shit on her on this pod and all that, but I will say this. I watched Hannah Gadsby's both her specials. The second one, she said something that was very self-aware. She was like, dude, if I had known trauma was going to make me so much money, I wouldn't have used it all up in the first thing. And that immediately makes you trust her, where you're like, oh, she at least acknowledges. And now she just does, like, the second one is like a comedy special. It's hers, but it's not like some traumedy thing. It is just like, we're trying to be funny, whatever, it's personal. But like, I can respect trying to do it differently than
exactly. And if you found out that Hannah didn't tell the truth about that thing,
about the things that happened,
that she had so much success with, obviously there'd be like this icky feeling.
Yeah, and I also think putting the person out, like if she put the person up that did it and was like, here's his picture and it's blurred out, and then people were able to dox him and his life got ruined and then it came out and none of it was true, you would look at her and be like, that's fucking crazy.
That's crazy, yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So I think it's okay to have this reaction. And I think Hasan has to take this, and this is the bed you made. But I don't think that his career is over.
Should he quit stand-up forever?
No, I think you should just go back to doing stand-up. Like, do stand-up where you can, you know, more take these liberties with jokes. You know what I mean? Like, actually reverse what you're doing. You know, I think he's going like, here's the tough emotional thing right here, and then there's no joke at the end of it. Like, just use these tough emotional things as the joke. You know what I mean? Like, your daughter finding this powder in it immediately, and, you know, you're finding a powder in an envelope, right? And you having to like remove your daughter so you could snort it, or you know what I mean? Like whatever, that's the joke. It's like, she's already into this, America's corrupting them, blah, blah, blah. Not, oh my God, there's anthrax, the world is so racist and look what's happening to me.
Yeah.
You know?
His next special could be fire.
If he goes full lie.
If he just opens up, like the way Louis opened up with like, so how was your year? You know what I mean? Like, if he's able just to confront it and be really honest about what happened, I think he could just bounce back.
Yeah. I mean, that is the beauty of stand-up and art. It's like if you're able to articulate what you were doing, how you did it in an entertaining and fun way, people will listen.
Yeah.
People will listen.
Russell, on the other hand, might have a little bit of a hard time.
So what do we think with the Russell thing? Because obviously when we asked him to come on the pod, you know, we'd seen this guy come to America, and like there was this massive splash when he came. He was so fucking charismatic. Really funny, charming,
in person, very charismatic,
smart, of course, engaging. And then these stories come out. So there's 4 stories. There are 4 different girls that are claiming different, I don't know, versions of sexual assaults and rape. One girl, it's a age thing. I think they started dating when she was 16.
Well, no, there's an assault with that because the age thing, she was 16.
Yeah.
And then Russell takes interest. They go on dates, whatever. Parents weren't into it. She feels like there was grooming involved, but the age of consent in the UK is 16. So that in and of itself isn't illegal. It's just icky, to use your earlier word. But then she says there was also assault within the relationship.
I think he made her give him head while she was sleeping or something like that.
Something like that. And like she's like punching him to get, the story says she's punching him to get her off. He won't do it. He finally does.
Right.
And then he says, allegedly, I just want to see your mascara run away a bit. Which the verbiage is also sounds like the way an English dude would say it. So you're like, well, that sounds like familiar wording. That's rough.
Also, he wears mascara too, so maybe that's something that he's more familiar with. And like, he just has a greater understanding.
You want to see mascara run away? Wash your face, bro.
Exactly.
I mean,
now her parents didn't approve of the relationship. Are they racist?
I think they are racist.
I think they could be racist.
I think he showed up at the door.
Yeah.
And then her parents were like, I don't think it's a good fit.
Yeah.
She was dressed as Osama bin Laden again.
No way.
At the time. When he went on a date with her. That's why.
No way.
They said, we don't want you marrying a Saudi, Pakistani guy. And then they weren't allowed to do it.
Nothing to do with Osama.
No.
It's just the fact that he's brown.
Exactly.
So here's the thing about it that's obviously tricky is, and he brought up something that I thought was quite interesting. It's when he was working at Channel 4, I guess, which is like a British channel. It's a British, one of the news channels or whatever. I think Channel 4 was one of the organizations behind this expose. And it's like, so when I was working for you, you didn't care to do the background check to find out if there was any legitimacy to this. You were arguably protecting me from some of these allegations. And now that I'm not working for you, now that I'm going against the mainstream media, now that I'm pushing back against the narratives that you push, all of a sudden you're willing to come forward with this article, which is, I understand. Also, these 4 women only came out when approached by the journalist. So they weren't coming out on their own accord.
No, one of them tried to, well, she went to the clinic and got the anti-rape kit, or the rape kit or whatever
she got the rape kit, but then she chose not to press charges and pursue it. So it is a tricky situation, and women don't pursue these things for many different reasons. Okay, there's embarrassment, there's fear. This is like a famous
person. Fear makes complete sense.
100%. So,
and he already did something to me that's like
100,
gonna terrify me forever.
100. But unfortunately, this also does create room for skepticism. When the journalist is tracking down the girls and going, hey, didn't he do something to you? These other girls said he did it. Hey, didn't he do something? Hey, didn't he do something? And all of a sudden you're trying, you have a specific motive here. The journalist, it appears, doesn't want to find out that he's innocent.
Yeah.
Her article is he's a predator. And she's gonna keep asking people until she finds out that he's a predator.
Yeah.
Now, we would hope that they have the journalistic integrity. If she didn't find out that they were, that she would just go, okay, we're not gonna post anything. I'm not gonna write this article. But again, you don't know, and there is that wiggle room right there. So it's tricky, man. It's really fucking tricky.
Do you think his audience will care, assuming that the charges go through and he's not convicted in a court of law because they're not able to prove it, hypothetically?
I think it stops him from doing anything in like the industry for a long time unless he is exonerated.
I think he kind of given up on the industry, though.
Yeah, he has. It might make things tricky, like having a big time promoter for his tour, or putting out a special on a Netflix or an Amazon or something like that. It might make those things tricky, but he can continue to exist, I think, online and build his following.
Multiple allegations is always a lot. That's a lot. Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah. Now, when he was on the show, you kind of mentioned that he wasn't very Indian, and he was using Indian ideas.
Yeah, this is a thing that...
is this one of them?
Yeah, do you feel like he's proving his Indianness?
Is this one of them?
Oh,
like,
wow.
now do you believe it?
I don't know if I believe him more. But I like him more.
Can he do the Hindu stuff now? Do you give him a Hindu pass?
No, that's not Hindu, dude. That's not Hindu. It is a little Indian, but it's not Hindu. Not Hindu. All right? Let's not conflate these two things. The culture and the faith.
That's fair. That's fair.
Catholics, on the other hand, they don't know nothing about raping.
Yeah, of course not, dude.
Yeah. That's your faith, dude.
Yeah, dude. These guys
not American.
These guys don't know what's going on. Come on, man.
Anyway, so what are we thinking here? What happens to Russell?
Hopefully it's not true.
Yes.
Like in all these cases, hopefully women are not victimized.
Yes.
But
what's crazy is I think he gets bigger.
Oh, if he's accused, and then it turns out that it was bullshit.
Well, it doesn't even have to turn out it was bullshit. Like a rape conviction is apparently, I didn't even realize this until recently, really hard. It's even hard to get it to trial. So until that happens, it's just gonna be, this is bullshit. Nothing is happening. They're not even making it to trial. It just gets bigger.
And he has a voice to fight it.
Yes, he does. He has a platform. He has everything. Yeah.
And a rabid following to.
So that is the truth. That is the truth, though. If it turns out he is innocent, he is without a doubt bigger. And not only is he without a doubt bigger, he's now a target. He must be doing something crazy. He must be doing something wild. He must be really riling up the elites. Yes, exactly. And he can lean into that 100%. And there seems to be enough wiggle room. The fact that none of these women came forward, the most damning one, obviously, is the girl who went and got the kit done. And she got a rape kit done. And I would assume that there would be DNA from both parties on that. No?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
She would still have to prove that it was not consensual, and this is going to be a he said, she said situation. This is probably why it's important that there are other women involved. But at the same time, you don't know if there's enough evidence, especially this many years later, to prove that. It's a tricky one, yo.
Yeah.
Even talking about this shit is tricky. Like, you want to make jokes, but it's, do you know what I mean?
We're kind of the victims in this.
Yeah, like we're...
we can't even get the jokes off, we want to say.
So
we're being silenced.
Yeah, we're being silenced.
Why are they silencing us, dude?
They're fucking silencing us, man.
I've been trying to make a joke about grape juice for the last 5 minutes.
It's because you're black?
Yeah. I was going to tie both together. I was like, damn. I was double dutching, right?
I wish you could zoom into all of our heads throughout this whole combo. He's going to Al's head. He's like, he's thinking about grape juice. God, is that all they think about?
Oh my God.
Fuck, man. Ooey.
Can we just lighten things up, dude?
Yeah. Can we?
Yeah, dude.
All right, let's go.
Do you want to talk about a beautiful wedding that we went to?
Yeah, talking about consensual relationships.
Things. Yeah, let's do that.
Dude, weddings are the fucking best.
They're the best.
They're the absolute best. Everybody get married. Get married. if you have that opportunity, just get
to
married.
the right person, you know.
Even to the wrong person,
no.
The wedding is probably dope.
Yeah, because if it's to the wrong person, then it ends. You get to run it back again.
Yeah. But the wedding itself is probably dope because you're probably filled up with so much love, joy, and excitement that you think they are the right person that day.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? But like, weddings are fucking so we went to Deric Poston and Sam Poston's wedding, and
I love calling her Sam Poston now.
Oh, of course, he's Poston. Come on, and it was just awesome, and it was so much fun. And Miles is being the most possibly distracting human being in the world while trying to not get in front of the camera lenses, which we really appreciate, Miles. Thank you very much.
He crawled under a tripod. I mean,
that was crazy.
That's crazy.
That was crazy. Anyway, so
how many times do you think he cried? If you had to guess,
I cried 2 times.
I would guess 3.
2 times.
Over under would have been at 3. For me.
Yeah.
I cried at Deric. Oh no, 3. You're right.
It's going up.
Yo, I know my guy.
Yeah. I have a feeling we're gonna find out about one more.
No. 3 solid.
Your guess was 4.
My guess was 6 at least.
I mean, I lost it a couple times. Like, I lost it at Deric's speech. It was so beautiful. Also, write your own vows. It's difficult and it will be annoying, but you'll be so happy you did it.
Sure.
Respect. Thank you.
I mean, they were amazing.
And but yeah, I cried at Deric's, and then I cried at Hasan's speech.
Hasan
Minhaj. Hasan is a comedian, best friend of Deric, and he had this beautiful speech. And what's up?
No, I thought you were talking about Hasan.
No.
Hasan wrote an honest speech.
Hasan's speech.
Yeah. Hasan definitely will tell people he was there. Yeah. And it was his favorite wedding, 100%. And it was just beautiful. It was just this great, you could tell he really loved his boy. He's choking up during it. And
so that's 2.
There's 2. And then one other time. No, Sam's ain't get me, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Sam's ain't get me.
I heard Sam's was great.
Sam's was fantastic.
It was great, dude.
Her opening line was like, it was like out of a fucking novel. Like, it was just beautiful. But I think Sam kind of like warmed me up. And then Deric just fucking haymakered me. Yeah. It was going first is tough. Opening the show.
Yeah,
you open the show. You got
the bullet bounce.
Yeah. But no, it was beautiful. Her speech was beautiful, and like they were both so happy. There's a video I have of like Deric seeing Sam for the first time walk down the stairs.
It's amazing.
And he just goes full retard in the video. Like his tongue is sticking out. He's going like this. Like he was just hungry.
Golden retriever, dude.
He was going through it.
Yeah.
He was crying. He's wiping his eyes. I got to show you the video. I mean, it's just unbelievable. And he was just so happy. He's crying the whole time. It was just go to weddings.
Wait, what's the third time?
I'll tell you guys after, man. Tell you guys after, man. You know what I mean? Okay, go. What about you?
It's just fun to go to weddings and watch you the whole time because you're the only one at the wedding in your mind. You know what I mean? It's just awesome. Like they're doing the vows, like he's crying and Schulz is just fist bumping in the back. Like it just not even aware. He's just like so fired up. He's like, yes. Love is awesome.
Love is awesome, man.
You really get it after you get married. Weddings were always fun for me, but then after you get married, you're like, yo, these are the best days of my friends' lives.
Yeah.
I hated that I had to miss this wedding. I'm sorry, Deric. I'm sorry, Sam, but fuck. I love weddings now.
Indians love a meal, dude. If there's a free meal going on, they will pull up.
No, we love weddings. I will say this though, when you come, it's a step down from the Indian wedding usually in terms of like the food and
but the speed, the quickness of this wedding was
oh no, your shit is prompt.
Yeah.
We in and out.
I mean, you're standing there, you're hanging out, having a drink, crying within 3 minutes, and then dancing within 7.
It's awesome. Food in between. Yeah, let's get it going, right? Not fucking running laps or whatever we did at your shit. You know what I mean?
Our shit is, y'all didn't do nothing. Our shit is like Oppenheimer.
Didn't we have to do laps?
The Indian 500. That's what they call it.
Indy 500. Indy 500.
Just fucking
Indy 500. Right there. But yeah, y'all didn't do laps. I did laps.
That's right. No, you guys did the laps.
Yeah.
At the Gurdwara.
Yeah.
And you won though. I want the record to show.
Well, no, the man leads. Come on.
If you look at the photo finish,
we're brown.
Yeah.
She was getting close, and then right at the end, you went like that, and then you won. That was awesome. I like that.
It was just so dope. Now, you had an interesting observation. We were talking, and you were reflecting on this wedding versus yours, and if you feel comfortable sharing.
Yeah, of course. My wedding was just very structured. It's a Catholic wedding.
There was one black person at this wedding.
Yeah.
At least.
Actually, you were right. No, there was a few. There was a few. All of Deric's family.
Yeah, exactly.
Half of Deric's family.
Yeah. I've recently gotten more black friends, so I would have invited them had I known. But I got married before, you know what I mean? Buzzer beater.
Anyway.
But Catholic wedding is very very structured, very regimented. You don't really do your own vows. It's just kind of like ascribed to you, and then you just kind of have to say what is given. And looking back, I'm like, man, it would have been fun to do some time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just like, it's, you know, the time is good, you know, get to work out some bits, and it would have been good to actually be vulnerable, I feel like. Watching your boys be gay is awesome. Yeah. It's a great thing. Watching your boys just cry in front of everyone is just the best feeling.
Profess their love for the person that you already know they love so much. Yeah. And then hearing that person that you might not be as close to talk about how amazing your boy is and how in love with your boy she is. Yeah. Because obviously we're closer to Deric than we are Sam. We love Sam, but you know, we don't go on the road every weekend with her. So hearing how much she loves our boy, we're like, oh, hell yeah, you got the one. That's awesome. You got a great one. This is going to be awesome. Yeah. But yeah, it's one of those things that I think that definitely Deric's wedding, my wedding, which is probably weren't as traditional in terms of like the religiosity with it, because that was in some ways removed. But at the same time, Deric's mom blessed the wedding. She had this beautiful speech. And like, I guess it was more about our love and less about like, I think sometimes parents get involved. I've been in certain weddings where it's just like, this is a wedding for the parents. Yeah. And like, or for God or whatever it is. And I think sometimes that can subtract from those moments between the people who love each other. Yeah. And the reason why I'm at weddings now is I need to see that raw, unfiltered love, bro. I need to see two people go at it because they know this is the time. Yeah. You get to say how you feel about that person in front of other people, and you better come correct.
That's the speech Molly. That's what you want, bro. You want the verbal Molly, bro.
Yes, bro. Oh, it was beautiful. It was beautiful. I love it.
Yeah. Okay.
I love it.
Oh, hi. Oh, yeah, geez.
I get wedding crashers now. I never understood the concept.
That's not why they're crashing.
Did I?
No, they're trying to hook up with.
I think this movie is called Crashers.
Do the vows again.
Bro, do vows again. I need to see more vows, dude. I need to see people renew their vows. Yeah. I like that.
That's what I'm going to do.
Renew your vows.
Yeah, I think every 5 years.
Exactly, because that's what we really want is the vows.
Yo, you know what? If you celebrate, I don't know if y'all anniversary like party where your friends and family get together, you should have to do a speech there.
Yeah, that's what I want to do.
If everybody's gathering around to celebrate your love, you got to tell each other how you feel for real.
Yeah, I think it's a good reminder. I think it's good to show your kids. Your kids get to go and be like, oh, wow, our parents really love each other. This is so cool. And then you get to invite all your new friends that you've made over the years all to this thing. Yeah. And then the other benefit for me is that it doesn't have to be necessarily as religious. So like there's no like pressure to do it in a church. I could just go to like an awesome venue, get a boat somewhere, ride around, and then do vows and then party.
It's a sick birthday party.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, it's a birthday for your new life.
And that's awesome.
You guys are one. Yeah, you guys have birthdays now.
Yeah, this is you're at 0 when you get married. That's your new life. Yeah. You're age 0, and then every year is the
and you get to restart the honeymoon period.
Yeah, because you're reflecting on how much you love that person, how much they love you, and now you just want to pour into each other again. Yeah,
$1 billion business we just thought of.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. So, and then on top of that, as your net worth grows, you can also do better and better parties. My wedding was very small and kind of cheap. I had no money.
You're not factoring in kids. Probably gonna get shittier and shittier actually.
But maybe more fun because then you got the kids in the mix.
Your third anniversary's at a Chuck E. Cheese. It's gonna be fun.
Maybe the most fun, actually.
All right, guys, we're gonna take a break real quick because we gotta talk. Look, if you are ever, God forbid, wrongfully injured in a car accident, it sucks. You got medical bills, you got doctor's visits, and you have to deal with insurance companies on top of everything else, which is hard. There is one thing you can do that is easy, and that is checking out Morgan & Morgan. Morgan & Morgan is America's largest injury law firm. They have over 100 offices nationwide and more than 800 lawyers, but what matters more is that they've recovered over $15 billion for over 300,000 clients. $15 billion, you know how crazy of an amount that is? Morgan & Morgan has a proven track record of fighting to get you full and fair compensation, and this is the most important part. Their fee is free unless you win. You understand that? Their fee is nothing unless you win. So as hard as it is to go through all the shit that comes with getting wrongfully injured, submitting an injury claim with Morgan & Morgan is easy, and that's what matters. So if you are ever injured, God forbid, you can go to Morgan & Morgan. Their fee is free, like I said, unless you win. And for more information, go to forthepeople.com/flagrant or dial #law. That's #529 on your cell phone. Again, that is forthepeople.com/flagrant or #law. pound 529 from your cell. This is a paid advertisement. That's how you know they're thorough. They be making me say that. You've like y'all didn't know already. All right, guys, we're gonna take a break real quick. And you know what this blue lighting means? It means it's time for Blue Chew. PEDs, performance enhanced dicks. And you know you need one of them. Stop acting like you don't. Your dick game ain't that great. I heard women talk. Y'all ain't shit in the bedroom, but you don't have to be. All you gotta do is go to Blue Chew, and if you go to bluechew.com/flagrant, you get your first shipment for free. You know what that door was? That was a dude that heard about Blue Chew, opening up, listen. Hey, how can I have better dick? You knew his dick is trash. He closing it mad meekly right now, little bitch. Anyway, my dick ain't shit, your dick ain't shit, let's be honest. Ladies, your man's dick ain't shit, even if he's a good guy, let's be honest. So what you do is you go to bluechew.com. First shipment is free. All you gotta do is pay $5 for shipping and handling. That's it. Promo code Flagrant, bluechew.com. Promo code Flagrant. First shipment is free. Now let's get back to the show.
Yesterday we had a little friendly competition. Obviously, you know, we are New York City's Premil's
the new ad guy we got on.
Unbelievable. Obviously, we are New York City's premier paddle ambassadors. Padel, if you will.
Yeah.
Though I think we might switch it back to paddle. We'll have a conversation with
Padel
the
is fine.
So we went and played Padel. It was Mark, Dove. We should probably get Dove in for this conversation. Just text him so he can come in. And Alex Media. We go. I almost didn't get to go, my boy.
Why?
I didn't really ask the wife. You know, it was a day with the wife.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Great group text.
oh yeah. Should we go through the group text?
This
The group
guy-
text is kind of funny in real time.
This guy had
Permission. That's something I wasn't ready for. Permission.
Yeah.
Hey, are
Son.
we doing anything? Because I was gonna go hang out with my friends unless I was doing something less fun with you. Just let me know.
So overzealous.
Okay, so here's the way I looked at it, right? I need a workout. I've been eating bread all weekend, right?
Yeah.
I need to get a workout in. So I figured we might as well do Padel because it's a way more entertaining workout. It's way more fun than like going down to the gym and fucking jogging or something like that. So my wife, she knows that I'm gonna work out. So I'll be like, all right, instead of going to the gym, I'm just gonna go play Padel.
What's the difference? You're
There's
gone
no
for an
difference.
hour. You're gone for an hour.
I'm going for an hour plus another hour.
Yeah.
When I'm with you and she's not there.
Also, commute time, you know what I mean?
Oh,
30
it's
minutes back and forth.
3 times as long.
Yeah.
But in my mind, there's no time difference
Fitness is
whatsoever.
fitness, bro.
Fitness is fitness,
You're
right?
fitting this dick in your mouth. Come on. Come on.
I didn't say who or what. I didn't say who or what.
That's
You
how it
didn't
goes.
catch me. You didn't catch me.
Bro, I would have put that in my vows if I could run it back.
Yo, you have to catch your bro. I almost got caught big time, bro. I almost got caught on Instagram. This dude got me. It was so close. I mean, I'm talking about buzzer beater. I have to get it up, and then we're gonna get back to this Padel story real quick. But this was at the buzzer. I saved myself. My man hits me up. He goes, yo, man, I've been listening to these lectures by a professor named Howard Dietz for a few years now. And last week in his live stream, he mentioned you as a pioneer in New York's third golden age of comedy. Oof. Now, it tapped into my ego, and I was like, finally, these professors finally are teaching some real shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? These professors are finally pointing out greatness. Third golden age, of course. And then I was like, hold on one second, let me just make sure that this person's real. So I Googled Howard Dietz, right? There ain't no Howard Dietz, there's a Michael Dietz. And my ego was still leading me astray, and I was like, well, maybe it's Michael Howard Dietz or something like that.
Come on, I'm all in at this point. I'm all in.
I go to YouTube to try to see if I can find a professor. No professor. And I go, Howard Dietz, nuts in your mouth. Holy shit, this guy was good. And I said, I hit him back. I was masking. I was like, ha, ha, ha. Thought you could catch the king? He goes, I thought I had it in the bag. I go, I ain't gonna lie.
If you Google it, that's a half guess. I think it's a half guess.
But I didn't get him with the who. I didn't give him a who, but for real, that was solid. That was very solid. Okay, Padel.
Dove got called in, so I think I know how this went.
Okay. Oh, no, how'd it go? I mean, it's not a competition. We're just playing for fun, really, when you think about it. We were at Paddle House in Dumbo, fantastic facility with very bouncy plexiglass walls.
They're opening one up in Hudson Yards. If you guys,
there's one in Hudson Yards.
Oh.
Yeah, which is very far. I will never go there to play Padel, and I'll never
Getting him to Brooklyn was already crazy. He
Oh,
wants
bro,
to build
the
one first
traffic.
before.
It's the San Gennaro Festival. The traffic on Canal is brutal. You
Elitist,
can't
this
do this.
guy.
Also, the Brooklyn people, it's the worst, bro.
all right.
It's the worst. Not natives.
Throw
If you're a Brooklyn transplant, you suck.
All right, that seems
You're kind of talking about my I got
targeted.
it. Okay, so let's just.
If you're a booking transplant from like some state like Florida, if you're just like from some fucking state like Florida and Brooklyn, get fucked.
Hyper specific.
Now, here's the thing. What happened? Why don't you guys just say what happened? What happened?
I'm gonna be honest. I had a bad day.
Bro, Mark was in the spin cycle on the Padel.
I had a bad day.
It was unbelievable. Have you never experienced Mark in this state?
Nah.
Yesterday was bad.
Mark, we played over the weekend. Mark is a fucking superhero. Okay? We played when we were out in Long Island. Okay?
I've been playing a lot. That's not fair.
You've been taking lessons.
No, in tennis, a real sport.
It's the same thing, bro.
No, it's not. It's clearly not.
We play
You
with
have to
tennis pro.
hit this. You have to hit
Alex,
the ball so
don't do
different.
this real sport thing.
We are doing that until I get good, and then it's real.
Okay, Alex is pretty horrible.
No, better than Mark.
He's
Okay,
not even close. It's not even close.
On my worst day,
I
you're
won
close.
more games than
On
you
my worst
yesterday.
day,
Yeah,
you're
but
close.
I carried
On my
you.
worst
I had to
day.
carry you.
I won more games.
I had to put you on my back. You my little baby bird. I had to put you
I
on
won
my
with
back.
Dove and I won with you.
No.
Yes, I did.
I was having a fun.
I
bro.
beat you.
No, you didn't.
Dove, did we not beat them?
We beat you the first time.
Come on, son.
Okay.
We wanted to then run it back.
And I'm a beginner.
Okay, because I knew Mark was in his head.
I was having a bad game.
First of all, who won the most? Let's just acknowledge.
Andrew won the most.
Thank you. So that's just baseline before y'all talk shit. Second of all, you try to do all this tennis stuff out there. It's really adorable. Like when he swings, he goes like this. Like it's really funny. Like on his forehand, when he's you can tell he's been taking lessons. When he swings, he goes.
Yeah. That's what they told
Big
me.
exaggerated. You holding a ping pong paddle, bro. Just tap that shit. Get it on the
You
side.
heard him grunt, right?
He be grunting. Yeah.
It's
Sure.
beautiful.
But that's how I was taught. So
Anyway.
it's fucking motor memory.
Anyway,
Muscle memory. I caught myself.
Anyway, so we play a few games. Do you appreciate the game more now?
Yeah. No, the
It's
game
fun.
is fun. It's really fun.
It is very different in tennis, obviously.
Yes. It's a fun
And
game.
tennis is more, but now do you realize that it is more sport than it is game?
Yeah.
Tennis is
I'll give it.
full-on sport, 100%. But it's way more sport than pickleball. Pickleball is game.
Yes.
Especially
And-
for him, it's a contact sport. He almost smashed the plexiglass.
Oh, into the wall multiple times. He was playing hockey.
Come on.
Diving. It was.
I mean, I go hard.
His face print is still on the side of the plexiglass.
Yeah.
If you look at it, you can see his face just pressed into the side.
Can we talk about this emotional, or I don't even know if it's more of a psychological.
Yeah, go deep down in
just
soccer.
wormhole that you were in. What was going on?
I have no idea.
What was happening in your head?
disconnected from mind and body? That's really what it is. Disassociation, full on.
And then you started playing prevent.
Yeah.
You were trying to prevent the fuck up. So like he was like just trying to get it over. And then when you fuck up doing that,
Then you're out.
You get very in your head.
Bro,
I get that.
This used to happen to me when I would play soccer when I was younger.
Interesting.
I would have an amazing game and then just random, I'd wake up and I wasn't there.
and were you worried about what we would think of you? Like where was the insecurity coming from?
Everything.
Maybe
What I think of
coming
myself.
to the podcast and we talk about
I
how
was
bad
actually
he
worried
played.
about this
No, because
exact
he
moment.
murdered
This moment.
it. There was literally the weekend when we were in Long Island, he was murdering
Yeah.
it.
You actually helped.
I was
Why?
there.
It is weird the moments he chooses to be sympathetic, isn't it?
No, this is
like,
not-
he's really being nice right now.
Because he
Yeah,
needs
this is great.
teammates when he plays, and then he targets all the other people besides me.
I hate you with a passion.
You didn't target me once.
With a passion, I
You don't
hate him.
target
With
me
a passion,
one
I hate
time.
him.
Come on.
Wait,
I'm right there.
what do you mean? Also,
That's
Dove,
what he wants
we're
to
gonna
run
get
up
back
and
to
say.
this. But Dove is a total pussy. He's clearly the person who's played the most. Alex and him are playing on the same team, and it's like match point or something like that. And in match point, the defending team gets to decide who gets the serve. And Dove was gonna let Alex get the
Fucking
serve.
lie. Tell him that's
and
a lie right
blow,
now.
And blow it for his team.
Tell him.
That's not
and
true.
blow
That's
it for
not
his
true,
team.
right?
He was gonna let Alex lose
That's
the
all he has.
match.
That's all you have.
He was gonna let Alex
Why are
lose
you
the match.
Hasaning right now? What are you doing?
Thank you, Alex.
Fucking victimization bullshit you do. Get out of here.
But you're the victim here, Alex.
I am.
You're the victim.
I'm the beginner. And I'm busting ass.
Okay, Dove. Okay, so we go through this. So you're in your head. This happened a little bit. You're
Yeah.
saying, I got you out of it. How did I get you out of it?
No, you helped. Because you acknowledged that it was happening.
Oh, yeah.
Because my thought is like, oh, I don't want to ruin it for everyone. I'm ruining it for
Yeah.
you. I'm ruining it for my teammate.
Yeah.
And my failure is affecting everyone, and
Yeah.
that's awful.
Yeah.
He's Coach Prime out there.
But he helped.
I'm telling- like-
he looked at me and goes, oh, just keep on thinking about it. Yeah. If
fucking-
you want to keep on thinking about it, you can ruin the whole game. Just keep thinking about it. And I was like, oh, he knows I'm not doing good. That means now I have
Yeah.
permission to do good.
And then I hit the ball against the wall. I faulted, essentially, or what is it called? Lost a point? I don't know
Yeah.
what the terminology, but it's right against the wall. And I pretended like I was doing that to support him. But I wasn't. I wasn't doing that to support him at all. Yeah, he was just fucking like rubbing off on me.
Yeah, the bad vibes. Yeah. But it's a weird thing, but I feel like I got out of it towards the end.
Yeah, you did. And we won, obviously. But
but rough though.
But it was rough. I'm not gonna lie. When Alex and I played together,
we bust ass.
It was dominant. Yeah. It was dominant.
Come on.
No, we could run that back.
I was playing with a broken mark.
Yeah, we can run that back.
Wow.
I had PTSD. I had shell shock. No,
I think Alex and I had good teamwork. That's what I would chalk it up to. I think we had good teamwork, and you guys were both trying to jockey for who was going to score the most points.
When you and Alex
and I have no ego. It's no ego.
Because you played up against the net, and then Alex disappeared. And so when he wasn't there, that's when you were playing.
Are you really gonna sit up?
Yes, you gonna let that happen?
Yeah. Every person who played against you targets you because you're the worst on the court. You are the worst.
Yesterday I was the worst.
And Andrew will come to your side and hit your ball. You.
And then Dove hit me with the ball once, really close proximity, slammed it right in my fucking chest, and then apologized immediately after like a little bitch.
Now you do that.
He did it on purpose, and he's like, oh, sorry. No, that's part of the rules.
Now you do it, and then you just give him one of these. That's tennis. You just hit the motherfucker. That's it. That's all you do.
I don't wave my hand up.
It's like a very phony, You also could have just blocked it.
Yeah, I could have.
Damn.
How many more bad days does Mark get till I'm back in the group chat for this?
Yo, that's true. Dove kept you out of the group chat. I was like, we should ask Miles. And then Dove goes, I have a friend. How fucked up is that?
It's a lie.
Damn.
Your name did not come up.
God damn.
Yes, it did. I said Alex.
Why did you say Alex said Miles?
He's blacker.
Blacker.
No, we said Alex and Miles.
Nope.
And then you probably said Alex.
No, you said Alex.
I wanted you, to be honest.
He's been
He said Alex.
He's doing it again.
I know.
He's doing it again.
Am I Sonic?
He's doing it again. Yeah.
Honestly?
Yeah. It's a little Palmer, dude. It's fine.
Dude, am I a solving right now?
You're making a mixed drink. Don't worry about it.
Sonald Palmer. Listen. Okay. So the question is now, do we create teams and have like a real tournament
and then film it?
Exactly. Yeah. And is Akaash willing to play?
Can I have Akaash?
Oh!
Okay, that's fine. I haven't ever played, so we'll probably be the worst.
But you have played the most tennis. You're the best at tennis.
But that was high school. I barely played in the last 10, 15 years. We got it.
They're going to count us out. That's so
fine.
much. This would be so fun if we won.
I just signed Jamil up for open play, or for the clinic. He's going to join.
When is the tournament?
Well, I don't know. We have to figure it out, but we ought to get a little more playing down.
Yeah.
Yo, NYC Padel, man. The ambassadors. We're the ambassadors of NYC Padel.
Akaash and Miles might take the whole thing, dude.
Bro, that'd be so fun.
You guys are the Arnold Palmer of Padel. You look at you guys together, you're like, yo, mix these guys up. That's what you need.
Yeah, dude.
No, we're going to run it back. Let's play. We'll film it.
I had to stop playing tennis because an FBI informant really just ruined my career, dude.
No.
Yeah.
Is that true?
Thought I was a terrorist. It was the whole thing, yeah.
And then you had to stop playing?
Yeah, I had to stop playing, man. Just really, I'm a victim, dude. Jesus. Such a victim.
Must be difficult. You know who's not a victim? Deion Sanders. Never sees himself like that. He's a victor.
Ugh, I love it.
What a legend.
What a fucking legend. Dude, thank you for that compliment, dude. Saying I'm Coach Prime out there, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
He was bigging me up. I was like, oh shit, I'm good at this
Well, you were balling.
Yeah.
We aced them.
Yeah. It was 4-0.
We can run that back. I'm telling you.
4-0.
It was 4-0.
4-0.
Get me on a
We're
good day.
playing best of 4
Get me on a
games.
good day. Get me on a good
4-0
day.
them.
But then I played with
Skunked them,
Dove,
huh?
and then we 4-0'd you.
Nah, didn't 4-0.
We did. The first game we 4-0'd, and that's why you're like, nah, fuck that, running back, same teams. And you stopped doing the
We
whole
lost 4
rotation.
straight games?
Yeah, you did.
It was 4-1.
No, we won one. We won one.
We did one.
I don't think it was threes. I think it was 3-3, and then they won 4-3.
No, that's the second game. Second game.
I don't know what's
They
happening.
went like that.
But
Anyway.
we'll run it back.
I know in tennis, if you beat someone not like when they have 0 games, when you call it bageling them.
Yeah, we bageled you.
Yeah, you bageled them.
Yeah, we bageled them. Anyway, the point is, Deion Sanders is one of these human beings that has existed in history that has an unbelievable gravitational force whenever he does anything.
Yes.
Now, obviously, he did it with immense skill when he was playing sports, right?
Yeah.
He was a showstopper. You had to watch him. He was so exciting. I mean, the guy was so exciting that you would watch him play defense. That's really rare.
Yeah.
Think about that. And watch him play defense in a position when the better you are, the less you're targeted.
Yes.
That's crazy.
The entire time with the Cowboys, I used to be mad because I was young. He would never get interceptions, and then you got older and you're like, oh, they just didn't throw it.
Yeah.
There's a...
and I still cared.
Yeah.
It's so interesting. We're watching him not play.
Yeah.
That's how interesting he is.
But it just goes to show he is just one of those individuals that is born in history that has a gravitational force around him, and you just can't keep your eyes off. He is a star. He is the it factor. It's all those things you speak about with like Hollywood superstars, whatever it is, that is Deion Sanders. And when you match that confidence and bravado with success,
we're all in.
Storm.
you're talking about like Conor McGregor when he's just blasting through everybody in a lightweight.
Now it's early, and they played Colorado State, who they should have. I think the spread was 23. They were going to win by 20, and they only won by 7 with a comeback in overtime, I think. But like,
and they lost one of their key guys.
Yeah, it was a cheap shot against Travis Hunter, who's along with Deion's son Shedeur is probably the second best player on the team. It was a cheap shot. Took him
and
out
he's
the
a
first
two-way
quarter.
player. That's the
and
thing
he plays
about
both sides. Yeah. So I do think that affected the way the game turned out. But yeah, the guy's fucking unbelievable. I just hope he keeps it going.
And it'd be awesome to see him keep it going for right now we have no reason to think that he won't. But outside of football, he's just this amazing human being. Like anytime he talks, you want to listen.
Yep.
Anytime he's on the TV, you want to watch.
Yep.
You want to see him react to things. Everything that he does is interesting in the best way. He's like the positive version of a 24-hour Twitch streamer. Like it's not car crash. It's motivation.
Yeah.
Success. It is possible to do it. You just need to be that much more talented to do it with positivity and success.
Dude, he's a less divisive Trump.
Yo.
Yeah, Trump really divides everyone. Prime divides you a little bit, but for the most part,
people
we're all in the
on
middle.
it. Bro, getting
like,
his
come on.
mom there, did you see that?
No.
He goes, because he did this, I don't know if it was post or pre, but he does the thing about it. They talked about me. You could talk, the 3 things you can't talk about. You can't talk about me. You can't talk about you guys. You can't talk about my mama. And he had his mom there with them in the locker room. And his mom talks. I just told him to be yourself. And sometimes you need to kick ass. So get out there and kick ass. And you're just like, oh my, I'll run through a fucking wall for this guy.
And this is what's also brilliant is as a college coach, you are always recruiting. Next year's class, you got to recruit. Everybody right now wants to go to Colorado.
So here's the thing. This is the Elon Musk marketing version of recruiting. If Elon is the ambassador, the mascot for Tesla, he doesn't need to put an ad in the Super Bowl. He doesn't need to put an ad on, the NBA games. He doesn't need to spend all this money on marketing. He's the marketing. He is the mascot CEO. Prime is getting so much attention on his team. If you're an NFL prospect, you definitely want the eyeballs because you're going to get the eyeballs.
Yeah.
I haven't watched a college football game ever.
Yeah, dude,
In its entirety, ever, probably. I've watched pieces of it. When you grow up in New York, football's not popular, one, and college sports are not popular.
That's just so crazy.
I know.
So wild.
I've watched pieces, but like a full start to finish, maybe one of the, the national championship game or something like that because I was at a party. But like no. I'm invested in Colorado all of a sudden.
Yeah.
I'm invested. And that is a function of him. So if I'm a young athlete, one, I want to play for greatness. If you're telling me I'm a young defensive specialist, you're saying I'm a young corner coming out of high school, you're telling me that I'm going to any other school besides Deion Sanders.
Yes.
You're not. I can learn from the greatest to do it.
And on top of that, now you see what his son is doing at quarterback.
Woo!
And you're like, bro, if I'm a quarterback, he clearly knows how to coach quarterbacks. Look what he did with his son. So this is what you were saying about like, you don't have to advertise and recruit as much. Like Nick Saban for Alabama, who's been probably the greatest college coach ever, probably. He doesn't really have to get out there and recruit as much as he did because
the program recruits.
Deion did that without a championship. He's 3 games into being at a good, like a big name college, and 3 games in, recruits are watching him bring his mom out. Next year's recruits for a speech and being like, I like that guy. I want to play for that guy.
Now here's the question. Warren Sapp's already on the coaching staff. How many other either NFL coaches or ex-NFL players decide, you know what, I don't want to deal with these pain-in-the-ass professional athletes making way more than me, telling me to go fuck myself, telling me I can't tell them what to do, etc. I would rather take slightly less money. I mean, if you got a real name, maybe it's, and again, I don't know the pay differential when it comes to assistant coaches, but take less money for way less headache, way more fun, and way more excitement for the players. And please believe, I'm assuming Colorado, if they continue to have this type of success, is not only going to generate more revenue for the program, but might get more TV revenue if you're getting more marquee games, right?
Yeah.
Is that how it works?
Yeah, so I think you have a contract, and then there's probably bonuses built in, but when your contract is up, you can renew. So he's going to make Colorado so much money if he stays there for them to renew.
And then you can afford to, grow the program.
Yeah.
And what if you get some of these guys?
Yeah, dude. Fuck. And if you're like Chad Ochocinco, I don't know if he has any interest in coaching, but he's so charismatic. Recruiting, not even a fucking question. Mm-hmm. Are you going to go to me or Jimbo Fisher at A&M?
But also think about that, like playing for your heroes.
Oh, yeah.
In college.
That's fire.
That's fire.
The only thing I'm a little bit worried is that, so Deion does a great job in terms of balancing confidence and motivation, but the players I'm starting to see are kind of just like a whole lot of confidence. And if that team, with all the eyes on it, I think they might turn heel, where people are going to be like, yo, this is too confident, you're talking too much, and now they're just going to want to see them lose.
You know what I think? Yeah. You know what I think will happen is Connor was a face as long as he was winning. Everybody was rocking for him. You wanted to continue to watch Connor win. He was knocking people out in tremendous fashion.
It's justified.
The arrogance was justified. The confidence was justified. And we like to follow that leader in that regard, like as human beings. But the second the arrogant, confident person loses, we love to pile on.
Yeah.
So I think that what you're describing might happen with casuals after a loss. But if they continue to win the way that they're winning, and yeah, granted it was a close game against a team that they should have maybe blown out, but if they continue, I don't see any reason why people will resent them.
Mayweather.
But here's the thing with Mayweather.
Kept winning, and then it got to a point where people just wanted to see him lose.
But Mayweather won in a way that people didn't want to see. If when Mike Tyson was just knocking people out,
do whatever he
loved
it. So you got to knock him out. It can't be win off of.
You can't keep doing this. You're favored by 23. You skate by. You eke by. You keep. But like what they did to TCU, who I think it was also a close game, but they were good, and you beat them, and nobody saw that coming. We're gonna love it.
This weekend.
The schedule's gonna. This
weekend.
Schedule's
you know what it is?
Talk to us.
Oregon.
At Oregon.
Ranked 10th
Big one.
at Oregon, which if everyone knows that's the loudest stadium, and it's a smaller one. That is
Next week's harder after that. USC
ranked number 5.
They have the Heisman.
They got the best quarterback.
Yeah, they've got
better than Shador, maybe Caleb Williams.
So that's when you need the Travis Hunter kid back, and you need him playing on both sides of the ball.
He's out for weeks, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's go. This is what teams are built to do.
Yeah.
All right, let's do some picks. Let's do some prize picks. Your boy kind of got smoked last weekend. I ain't gonna lie. I thought I'd be nice, but I got kind of smoked. So we need to go with the Akaash locks right now, okay?
Okay.
Prize picks. Make sure y'all go do it. Dance with us. Time to dance. Akaash.
Okay, bet.
Hit it.
Chargers and Vikings are playing next week. They say Justin Herbert is going to have 295.5 passing yards, more or less. I think he's going to have less.
Done. Next one.
Yeah, I think Dak Prescott, they got 227.5 passing yards against the Cardinals. I think the Cardinals are really bad. I think Dak will have more than that.
Done.
And then Miles Sanders, the running back for the Carolina Panthers, they say 12.5 receiving yards. I think that's easy enough to beat. I think that's just something you got to go with. So I'm going to bet $20 to win 100.
Wow.
5X.
Okay, so those are the Akaash locks. Honestly, never has gone wrong ever.
No.
I'm gonna put quotations over that.
Bitcoin too.
Allegedly.
Always, yeah. Whatever he bets on, it usually works out.
100%.
So
remember your wedding gift.
Exactly.
Dude.
Yes. Make sure you make your bets. Prize picks. Okay. Go get it. PrizePicks.com. Use the promo code Schulz SCHULZ. They're gonna match 100% of that initial deposit bonus up to $100. So you put 100, they give you 100, and then you get busy right over there with the Akaash locks or whatever locks that you want to put in. Now let's get back to the show, boys. We have to talk about very important cultural phenomenons right now. Halle Berry is absolutely furious that Drake used her picture of her getting slimed for the cover of his song. I believe it's the single. It's not for the album. Also, side notes, phenomenal rollout to this album. He has held the conversation about the album coming out for how long?
Month and a half.
At least a month or a month and a half.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He's just controlled the conversation. And I'm like, as long as you can milk it, you milk it, because you can always drop the album, and then all those people that were excited are gonna go listen. They're gonna listen once the album drops. We know that for a fact. So it's how long can you get people listening, or no, talking about it, helping you promote it, speaking it to their friends without you actually dropping. A month and a half is fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
And also having like the IQ or the EQ to know what the energy is.
Yeah.
Are people talking about it? Okay, let's drop something. Oh, it's good. Let's coast for a little bit.
Yeah.
And then when the album eventually drops, it'll be the right time.
Yeah.
But not being so locked into an exact date that you
So what
lose out
makes
on
the
way.
right time? Does it have to be the peak of the people talking about it? I don't think it does.
Nah, they calculate a few things like who else is dropping that weekend, if all the clearances for the samples. That
so
usually
there's still
pushes
work being done.
Yeah, that usually pushes things back a lot.
Got it. Yeah, because he said somewhere, he's like, I could either stop doing some shows and finish this album, or we could push the album back. And I don't want to cancel the shows.
Yeah.
So
And who's gonna want you to cancel the shows?
exactly. Yeah. Yeah, it's just really, this is a really interesting rollout to control the conversation for a month and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bro, it's hard to hold energy for a week.
But
It's hard.
he's Drake, bro.
Hey, Drake. No, really, really well done. Okay, but what we're really talking about this Halle Berry thing. Is she really mad? Is she fake mad? Should she be mad?
Didn't he ask her and she said no?
No, she's saying he never asked her permission.
Oh, okay, that's different.
Yeah, I'm
He
like,
should be mad.
Saying
She should be mad.
but does she own the picture?
that's the thing. I don't even know if it's up to her to get the permission. Unless he smashed, it kind of makes me feel he smashed. Because otherwise, why would he call her? Does he have your number? Are you guys talking? Is there a personal connection?
He's Drake. He can get in contact with anyone if he needs to.
No, I'm saying I don't think Halle's at the level where he would talk to her like that.
I mean, she's a legend.
She's Halle.
Yeah.
She's a legend, but that's more like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but
Nah,
that's Halle.
that's Halle, bro.
Yeah, that's
She
Halle
still looks
Berry,
great,
Halle
first
Berry.
of all.
Halle
Second-
Stunningly beautiful. She's stunningly
Second of all,
beautiful.
that's the icon. This is the icon, maybe.
Getting slimed up.
It's slimed
Yeah.
out. That pig is kind of fire.
I
dude.
mean-
it is crazy from the back too.
yeah.
Yeah.
Slime from the back.
Nah, that was Mexican alien cum right there.
Oh, is that what that
Yeah, that's why she's upset.
Tastes a little spicy.
Yeah. But
Yeah, we got to talk about them Mexican aliens, but yeah. So what's the thing? This is just great for him. More controversy, more people talking about it, more things. Of course, he's not going to
And
ask
if it's
you.
called For All the Dogs, he's being a dog.
There you go.
Yeah. Also, her criticism was not that bad. It was like, man, for someone I respect, I wish you asked.
yeah,
I was like, that's a very like.
But also, if she says anything, it's news.
Yeah, it's
TMZ's
great.
picking it up.
Yeah.
It's more marketing. It's almost like Halle. He can't ask. He can't ask because by not asking, you'll talk about it and then create news. If he puts it out and he asked me, he was so sweet and polite and kind, and he offered me royalties, and he's just the best person. No news story at all.
Yeah. I think, didn't Kanye kind of do that with the Famous, the music video?
With it had all the people in it.
Everyone in the bed.
Taylor's in it. Trump is in it. Yeah.
And like, it just, if you're in the video, it's like, what's your comment? What do you have to say about you being in this very famous
And
video?
everyone commented.
Either they comment or they don't comment, and then, what does the not comment mean? What's going on? It's just like you're just pulling people into your orbit.
and Drake did this with the 21 album rollout when he did the fake Vogue cover. And then Vogue was really upset about
sued
that,
him.
and then they sued him, and so that was a whole big story
Yeah.
around the album. So
That's fantastic.
You're just big enough now that pulling people into his orbit is a lot easier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, something to think about, man. The rollout is really impressive.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it's just really, really impressive. And I wonder if other artists try to create something similar. Also, it helps that he's already touring. This is another thing that I thought was interesting. I figured you drop the album a few months before you go tour, and then you tour that album plus your old stuff. But he starts the tour and teases the album during the tour. Now you're teasing the album during peak conversation about you already because you're touring. So you're not even worried about touring this album just yet. And I wonder if that's because you'll never tour an album again. When people go see a Drake show, they need to see this. They need to see all the things.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna just tour your little album.
Yeah.
You gonna play the hits.
Yeah.
So if he's going, maybe he's going, well, if I gotta play the hits no matter what, it don't matter when I drop.
Yeah. And if there's bangers on this one, they want to see it on the next tour.
And if there ain't, people are less inclined to buy tickets for the tour because they're like, oh, I didn't like this album. Is he touring this album?
I didn't even know musicians just toured albums like that. I thought they were always playing hits because there's so much replay value for fans.
What they usually would do back in the day is tour the majority of the new album plus a couple bangers. But it would be the...
Okay.
Yeah, now I think it's flopped. They're like flip-flop. So it's like now it's
majority of back catalog.
And then a couple from the new. Sure. But I think
is that for Drake or everyone?
Everyone, pretty much.
For example, Beyonce is doing the old songs that are the super smash hits, but she is doing the majority of this new album. And that was Taylor from Brilliant Idiots. She was bothered by that. She's like, I kind of wanted more of the hits.
Yeah.
I didn't want all of this album because you might not fall in love with this album just yet.
Yeah. It takes time to fall in love with an album a lot of times.
And it might just not be your best album.
Yeah.
So what protects the tour is knowing that they're going to go see the whole show.
It's just a Drake show. You're coming to see Drake.
And forever it will be Drake.
And I think it would be a mistake if you drop an album while on tour because the tour set track, everything is like planned out, and to change something this late in the game, and what happens if one song super slaps?
Oh, wow. So what you're saying, which I think is genius, what you're saying is that he was never going to put the album out in the first place.
Correct.
100%.
I think so.
Oh, and that makes perfect sense. Of course, why would you put the album out?
Yeah.
If it succeeds, it throws off your track list. If it fails, now people are talking about the album that isn't that good, and that could tarnish the excitement of the tour. Use the excitement of the tour to build the hype for the album that you drop the second after the tour is done.
Yeah.
I think the album drops during the tour.
Nah.
I do.
I think that he kind of confirmed that it can't.
Yeah. He said he'll have to miss some dates or finish the tour and then the album. So he basically just told you the album's not coming.
Now, here's the question. Does he, because I think right now he's only toured America and North America.
I believe so. Yeah, I don't think he did international.
So he's gonna do that.
Yeah, that's true.
Might not. He might not. Not everybody tours internationally every single
album.
Yeah.
It seems crazy to pass up that money.
Yeah, it just feels like there's just so much money to be made from it.
I mean, or he could remix it a little bit once the new album drops,
or
then now add some of the new songs just to give it,
And then now he almost created a reason for people to go see him internationally.
Yeah.
Like American fans to even be like, yo, I'm flying to blah, blah, blah to go check him. Because he has, songs from the new album on it.
And I bet you on the new album, he'll probably have a few UK, European, African artists. So now when he does the international tour, now they're all popping into those shows and creating more excitement. So that's why you have this shit with Central C that just dropped. That's buzzing right now. So when he goes to London and they do that on the radar shit, that shit is gonna go off. Yeah.
Also, his dates only go to October 7th, so yeah, he'll probably wait.
Yeah.
Because right now he said that he's dropping when? October 6th?
Or he might line it up with the OVO shit, which then that would be like crazy energy.
That makes even more sense.
Yeah.
Like OVO Fest is in October, right? So of course you're gonna drop it around then, and then you do the big festival in Toronto, and then you play some of it at the festival. Like all this makes perfect sense.
That's what Kev was saying. Dropping in September actually seems so crazy. You have to drop in October. OVO, you have to.
And if that's by design, that's genius.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's clever.
That's genius.
Yeah.
Now everybody's talking about it for months before it comes out. By the time it finally comes out, you're so fucking hyped. Yeah, this is.
I bet you there'll be a lot of international artists on this album.
On this album,
Yeah, the one coming out.
like Burna Boy.
Yeah, like
That'd
Burna
be
Boy,
fire.
Central
Central
C.
C.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah. Watch.
All right, guys, let's take a break for a second because we need to get a little bit more efficient, okay? We need to get a little bit more automated, if you will. And especially if you're an e-commerce business owner, shipping is no longer a manual task thanks to ShipStation. Save time automating your shipping and returns in the ShipStation dashboard while keeping costs down with the industry-leading discounts. That's right, you are going to get these discounts. Look, I know this might seem daunting, another thing that you have to do. Yes, it is another thing you have to do, but it's not daunting at all, okay? There's a free trial and incredibly quick setup. And ShipStation makes it easy to automate the shipping task for orders from every marketplace on one dashboard. It is going to make your life easier, okay? It effortlessly integrates everywhere you sell online, including Amazon, Etsy, eBay, and Shopify, and it's got the industry-leading discounts. You'll never worry about overpaying for shipping, okay? You get up to 84% off USPS and UPS rates, and if that's not enough, use our promo code FLAGRANT to try ShipStation for 2 months free, okay? So spend more time growing your business when you automate shipping tasks with ShipStation. Go to ShipStation.com and use the code FLAGRANT today and sign up for your free 60-day trial. That's ShipStation.com. The code is FLAGRANT. Now let's get back to the show.
Okay, guys, we're gonna take a break real quick because I gotta tell you about these shoes from Vessi. These shoes from Vessi are perfect for days of inclement weather. Look, unless you live in fucking San Diego, where I'd like to move, probably you deal with terrible weather all the time. It's been raining in New York nonstop for the past week and a half. And on those days, I'm gonna be honest, I don't wanna wear my highest priced Jordans. Call me crazy. I don't wanna walk around a walking city with $700 shoes. And that's where these comfortable shoes come in. First of all, they don't look ugly. They're a little dirty, and I've been wearing these for 3 weeks straight. And if they do get a little bit dirty, you know what? You just throw them shits in the washing machine. Perfectly clean, easy to clean, 100% waterproof. That's the most important thing. A lot of these waterproof shoes, ugly as fuck. Vessi are not. Also, they're super comfortable. In case you are wondering, I am not lying. They are super comfortable. They're lightweight, they're high performance, and it's vegan. So, you know, you don't have to feel bad about wearing it. Go to Vessi.com/flagrant and get yourself a pair today. Again, that is VESSI.com/flagrant. And if you use the code FLAGRANT, you get 15% off your entire purchase. And you get free shipping to Canada, the US, Australia, Japan. What's TW, Miles?
Taiwan.
Taiwan, KR, Korea. And what's SGP? Singapore. Now let's get back to the show.
And we're back. Here's something I don't understand. This story is going out that America lost an F-35. Okay, so F-35 are these like crazy jets that America spent all this money developing, and then
Did Tom Cruise fly one in Maverick?
No.
Okay. Don't know it.
But basically, they would have flown the F-35 in Maverick, but they have to fly with somebody else, so they had to use a two-person jet.
Oh, so it's that? Okay, got it.
I think the F-35 is a single seat.
Okay.
But the F-35 can like take off from a sitting position.
Oh, that's far. Like off the aircraft carrier?
I believe, yeah.
Aircraft.
Yeah, so it's a 5th generation fighter or whatever, and
what does that mean?
Yeah, no,
it's just
that meant
Like
nothing
its
to me.
parents were born here? Like, what does that mean?
there's 4 other generations of fighters before it.
Okay.
So
What are we up to now?
This is 5.
This is 5th.
Oh,
yeah,
we're
maybe
in
they've
the
developed a
fifth
6th one, but right now
They've
I
had
think it was
4 before this, and then they had a new one, a new one, a new. This is the 5th new one.
And we
Oh,
could be
it's the
wrong
latest.
about this, but I
Yeah.
think that's pretty,
That's what I'm saying. Like,
pretty self-explanatory. Yeah. It's a 5th generation fighter. How many generations were there? Well, at least 12. They're still calling it. No.
You go negatives.
Yeah, no. So basically, what happens? Some people said that this plane was kind of a dud. Like they spent all this money developing it, and it didn't exactly work out the way that they wanted. Now that could also be propaganda from us.
Yeah.
Like maybe they want to convince other countries, yeah, the F-35s, they spent all this money and it was really a bomb and they don't really work that well and they're not that great fighters, so you have nothing to worry about. So you never know, right? But some people say it was kind of a dud. Now, somehow a pilot was flying it, ejected, and then the plane is just continuing to fly. And for some reason, they've shared this information with us. Like for some reason, the government is saying, hey, help us locate this aircraft if you can.
What are you doing?
What I don't understand is, one, how is there no GPS on it? There has to be, because if there was another plane that was flying in our territory, we would know. If it was there, we'd be tracking it the whole fucking time, so it makes no sense. And 2, it's embarrassing to acknowledge that you've lost your plane.
Yes.
Why would you even promote that? It's just, this story to me is so odd. It makes no sense.
Do they have to tell the FAA? Like if there's a plane flying around in airspace?
Bro, they didn't have to tell them that they faked the fucking Gulf of Tonkin shit. Like we've been faking Army stuff for all the fucking time.
true.
There's been false flags every fucking 10 years. So it's like, just don't tell anybody about
But what if
this.
there's a plane flying around in
Exactly.
airspace?
Yeah, what if it hits another
saying
commercial plane?
They have to tell the FAA, like, hey, just so you guys know, there's a plane flying around.
Yeah.
Apparently it's a stealth fighter, and that's why it's hard to find.
I mean,
And, hey, at least you know the 5th generation is good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
yeah, I guess. It just seems so odd. Okay, maybe they tell the FAA and then the FAA just sends out a message to everybody. You don't think Biden or somebody can call and just be like,
Keep this
yo.
quiet.
Wait, did what?
Biden can call the FAA and be like, yo, keep it quiet. Mark just checked out.
I know he did.
I didn't hear what he said. I was like, to keep a what? That was crazy.
Mark's playing paddle right. Okay, so yeah, I just don't get it. Like, why would this story be promoted? Just seems so weird.
U.S. don't care about its own optics anymore, it feels. It's just like, whatever. We don't. It's almost like they're like, we don't got to be perfect, which I don't like.
Yeah, I want us to care about our optics.
Yeah, I don't like this. So at this time of recording, it's still flying.
I haven't heard that they found it.
Yeah, nothing.
But eventually it's going to run out of fuel.
That's what I'm saying.
So there's a version of this, and we're just kind of like, hypothesizing right now. But there's a version where like maybe it has some sort of homing mechanism or homing beacon where it can return home in the way that a drone does. You know, when a drone is running low on battery, it just automatically autopilot takes it back. Mm-hmm. Maybe it has registered that there's been an ejection, and now it goes, okay, it's my job to go land myself. Mm-hmm. And so maybe it's going to land itself somewhere. But if it is going to do that, just let it fucking land itself. Also, nobody's hiding an F-35. You know what I mean? If it lands on American soil, nobody's gonna be like, yo, don't tell the government we got an F-35. You can't use an F-35.
No, if you found an F-35, you would keep it.
Yeah.
I would keep it, but I don't know how to use it.
But you would use it for something.
Also, you know why I wouldn't keep it?
What?
Because
Tour promo.
I would
Fire,
assume that they would that the government would have a GPS on this shit. So I'd be like, oh, they're gonna come collect it immediately. There's no way I think I could sneak an F-35.
Nah, just take the AirTag out. You'd be good.
Yeah, bro. They got an AirTag.
Good point. It's really the AirTag. 100%. So yeah, I'm just like, it's just such an odd thing.
Yeah, it's a little weird.
Such an odd thing.
They said for some unknown reason, the GPS isn't working.
For some unknown reason, the GPS isn't working.
That's the best part.
I think they have to tell people just in case this shit crashes into someplace.
Here's my guess. Another country hacked our F-35. The pilot realized he didn't have control, and he calls to the base. The base goes, we don't have control. He's like, fuck, somebody else has hacked our shit. I'm ejecting. He manually ejects, right? Now the plane can go wherever whatever country hijacked or alien hijacked it, right? We have to save face and say, because we don't want to start an all-out war because China hacked our shit. So we got to go, hey, there's been a malfunction. We're looking for an F-35. If you see it, by the way, just let us know. Or if you see one flying around erratically, just let you know. We've had some issues. But
pilot tripped. He's no longer in the plane.
Exactly. Fell out, but he's going to be just okay. I think it might be one of those situations where in order to save face, we have to do this very embarrassing thing, but it is less embarrassing than admitting that Russia, North Korea, China, India, whoever hijacked our plane.
You threw the last one.
Yeah, nice.
Nah, brick, bro. Brick, dog.
I did.
Learn about it.
What else we got, boys?
Basically, Hunter Biden is, they're trying to wrap him up with some gun charges.
So dumb.
Isn't it funny the Republicans suddenly won gun control? Ain't that funny? All of a sudden, whoa, you can't just let anybody buy a gun.
Can you explain what the problem is? I don't know anything about this.
So they said he lied about being addicted to cocaine and purchased a firearm, and you're not supposed to admit to this thing, I guess.
Everyone lies about being addicted to cocaine. That's not fair. Right? Have you ever asked someone that likes cocaine, like, yo, are you addicted? They go, no.
Yeah, I bet 90% of the people who own guns have done cocaine and actively do cocaine. 100, like nobody's gonna go, yeah, I'm doing cocaine or I do crack. And he was addicted to crack at the time. It is illegal, blah, blah, blah. But also, yeah, you don't have to say you're addicted. You just like it. Yeah. I'm not addicted to Padel. You know, but I do it like Hunter does crack, which is whenever he can.
Yeah.
So yeah, honestly, it's a law that should be in place. You should have some laws that say, hey, if you're a drug addict, you shouldn't be able to buy a gun. But I have a hard time believing that drug addicts that want guns are going to be honest.
Yeah, and I also have a hard time believing Republicans really give a fuck. That's a background check. You want a background check now?
They just can't pin any of the Ukraine shit on them, which is what you really should get them for.
Yeah.
Yeah. They went through billions of dollars of guns, and they're like, all right, well, we have one that I think we can get on them.
It's crazy.
This is like when you get the gang on racketeering.
Yeah.
Like you can't get them on the drugs or the murder.
Yeah, you got Al Capone on tax evasion.
Yes, exactly.
I think Joe Biden, to appear tough on crime, he should sacrifice his son and be like, yo, throw the book at him, lock him up, and then once he gets reelected, I'm pardoning you.
Yo, it's a timeout.
Right?
Yo, that's a winning move.
Right?
He would win. He would 100% win. Everybody would respect him.
Yep.
This guy's about it, dude.
It is hard to vote for a guy, though, if his son is in prison.
But if he
What
put
do you
him
mean?
there,
Like,
if he put him there,
it's clear that he should be in prison.
Yeah, I think he definitely gets the minority vote. I mean that like in terms of like
What?
What are you saying?
Yeah.
No, I'm being dead serious. Like, I think like minority parents like are like, yo, discipline the fuck out of your kids. Fuck all this shit. Where like white parenting is like, well, let's just not have grades in school and let's just be a little bit more open-minded and understand.
Give crack to all the
no
kids.
timeouts.
Yeah, I love
love
your bit where you said white parents are like, if you love flowers, be a flower.
Yeah, just be a flower. Do whatever you want. Like, so I think this is a little. Yeah, I don't know. That might work. I mean, the Hunter thing is just. How is this not even bigger? The president's son is a crackhead. How is that not the biggest story every single day of the week?
I mean, they talk about it quite a bit.
But like, it doesn't stick. Nobody cares.
If Trump's son was a known crackhead, it would be non-fucking stop.
Oh.
And I bet One American News or whatever, they're talking about this shit all the time,
Yeah.
to be fair. But the thing that annoys, I think, a lot of Republicans and moderates is mainstream media, meaning the channels we go to for news on TV, tends to lean liberal. It just does.
Do you know what else I think it is? I think that there are so many kids with drug problems that it's not novel. It's weirdly relatable.
Maybe this is the most relatable thing about him.
Yeah, I think that it's indicative of like a real problem in America, which is like people are addicted to fucking drugs. So it's like if it's not your kids, your friends' kids were, your friends' kids went to rehab or these types of things, it's like so normalized that maybe they even have empathy. Because all these parents thought that they were good parents and their kid got addicted to drugs. So it's like, oh, maybe Biden wasn't a bad guy. And this is so tragic that his son got involved in this shit, just like my nephew or just like my niece. Like, there's no way all of us don't have within 1 degree of separation somebody who is addicted to drugs. Mm-hmm. Right? Mm-hmm. Like, fuck, man, maybe that's it. Maybe that's it. Like the whole opioid crisis, like all these things that are going down, it's just the most relatable fucking thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oof.
Yeah. And that's why I'm like, I don't know if he should be in jail. Like when you said like he obviously should be in prison, I was like, I don't know if he should be in prison.
Well, I mean, by letter of the law, he probably breaks the law every time he buys crack cocaine.
Yeah, I'm like
prison for the Ukraine shit.
yeah,
Like that stuff, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
He's done a lot of shit.
yeah.
and also like it's not even him that should be in prison. It's like it's really probably Joe and like the people around Joe who have bent the law so they could profit off of their positions of power. And they basically place him in there as this person who can collect money and bribes, et cetera. You can have influence on the government.
That seems like a systemic thing.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, it's not even his fault. And obviously he doesn't have a job or a passion because he's a drug addict. So yeah, we can place him in there to collect all the money.
I think, to be fair, that's what they're trying to impeach Biden for. Is
impeach him for that.
But also I'm not slippery slope. Not slippery slope for us, but for them. Y'all want to start impeaching because of inappropriate money? We would love that, but y'all are all probably going down.
It's like locking up rich people for not paying the same amount for tax evasion.
Yeah.
And it's just like, well, they created the tax code. They're not evading taxes. They just found a way where they don't really have to pay that much.
Before the law is written, they figured it out.
Yeah, and where they write the laws. And the same thing goes with the president. It's like, he's not the first president to profit off of it. I mean, when fucking Hillary Clinton was in the State Department, the Clinton Foundation was getting these donations to the tune of like tens of millions of dollars. And the second she's out of the State Department, 90% of the funding washed up. Why do we think that is?
Yeah.
Right? We need some influence. And if you're another country, you should be paying for that influence. How do I get in the room with Barack? How do I get in? Oh, how do I get in the room with, wait, who was she? She was under Barack, right?
Yeah.
How do I get in the room with Barack? Oh, well, if I have some influence over that lady who's what's the name of the position? The Secretary of, State Secretary of State. So it's like real state planning, real like what is America going to do in the world? Yeah, I'd like to have some influence over there. So I'll give her husband, and their fucking foundation $50 million.
That's why I'm like, if you're going to impeach Biden for that, you should impeach everyone.
Every president's ever existed.
But that's why I'm like, it's just a systemic thing. Like they're all doing it.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
So I'm down to do this, but we better go after everyone. Don't just make it Biden. Go after every one of these corrupt motherfuckers.
But unfortunately, the popularity contest that is, who's going to be the president of the United States of America, it behooves the other side to make the other person not popular.
Yeah. So they're not even doing this to win. They're just doing this to make him not win the election.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you're right. Systemic, and it's a problem, and it's fucking annoying. And how else? But how else do you choose somebody? If it's not a popularity contest, how else do you choose somebody?
The issue with Biden or with Hunter is that all the shit he did is kind of awesome. Getting your dick sucked while pointing a gun at the camera.
Yeah.
It's like the Trump thing where it's like, yeah, you don't really agree with what he said, but the way he said it was so
it feels
fire.
like Hunter should be Trump's son, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That's the pair that we.
That's the parent. That should be the
So
VP.
that's the reality show America needs.
If Trump runs with Hunter Biden as a VP,
Rock
game
stars.
over, bro.
Yeah, everyone.
Game over, dude. Yeah, that's what we're missing.
Yeah, it's quite interesting. Trump's kids are so put together.
Yeah.
Like, his daughter, Ivanka, is like brilliant, beautiful, successful. Like,
You don't hear that much about him.
you don't hear anything about any of that's the other daughter that might be like, and we're talking not even like the black sheep. We're saying like, oh, maybe she's more into partying or maybe she's not as successful as the other ones. But the kids have all done really well. And I don't know, say what you want. Say what you want. The kids turned out good. I don't know what to tell you. Yeah. Do you have control of those things? Maybe you don't. Maybe you just the luck of the draw. Maybe you just got lucky. Maybe great moms. I don't know.
This is a real small place to take it, but if you're doing a comedy show and the show is good, you're always like, the host gets credit. If it's bad, you're like, yeah, that's on the host. I feel that way about parenting a little bit.
Dude, I've never blamed the host.
Yeah, I'd never heard that before.
Oh,
Really good? I hosted a lot, so if the show was bad, I was like, that's on me.
No, really?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to take it home and want to fucking... I'm like, oh, I got to eat that. That's got to be on me.
I always acknowledged it was the most difficult spot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But the whole show being bad because of the host, no. Like, by the time the headliner gets on, they should forget that the host was ever on stage.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm thinking like 15-minute spots at clubs.
Oh, like a feature.
Like a club show. Like we're all doing, if you're headlining, that's different. Then it's on you.
Wow, I never put that responsibility on them. I've seen hosts bomb, and I've been like, oh, dude, that's a tough spot. The crowd's not connected, they're not there, and it is a fucking hard thing. Mm-hmm. But so you're saying like if the kids are successful, it goes for the parents.
You gotta get credit.
And the kids are not successful,
you gotta eat that.
Parents.
I don't know. Because one of Biden's kids was a war hero. I mean, that kid seems successful.
That's a good counterpoint to my ill thought of point.
Kids are just so different, like we're all so different.
Yeah, what works for one kid might not work.
Yeah, it's just, and being able to transition that parenting ability, I guess, is part of it. But like, kids are just born and they have their own unique personalities, and there's only so much you could do.
Bro, that shit is so weird.
Yeah.
Just like seeing little kids having personalities, you're like, what the fuck?
What is going on?
Wow,
and they might be nothing like their parents. They might be exactly like their parents.
Thinking of things.
Yeah.
Interests.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really crazy. So yeah, that's where I'm like, I don't know how much you can blame it. Like people are trying to put it on Biden, like, yo, you can't even raise your kid. I'm like, I don't know if that's super fair. Also, if the dude's a drug addict, I'm like, yeah, that sucks.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel bad for drug addicts, bro. That shit is tough, dude.
Yeah, yeah. I'm sure he doesn't want his kid to be a drug addict. I think the assumption is always these people who like desire power, that the only thing that they've ever cared about is that power, and because of that, they've failed their family. Mm-hmm. And I think that's maybe where people go, oh, this is your fault. Joe Biden, if maybe you care more about your family, this wouldn't have happened. Mm-hmm. But who fucking knows if that's true? I mean, Trump has clearly wanted power and success. I mean, he has all these kids that are fucking incredibly successful. So
America's hypocritical that way, though. Because if you had no kids, they're like, yo, you should have a family.
Yeah.
And if you do have kids, they're like, yo, you should spend more time with your
family.
kids.
That's fine.
It's like running the country is not like a 9 to 5. You know what I mean? I can't like go home and play catch every day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it is true. We do want everything. But then would you make the argument that we should scrutinize the most powerful position in the world?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We should put you through the ringer. It's like, imagine what we do when we hire, a lawyer. What you do when you hire, or just anybody who works for you. Like, you're going to put them through the ringer. You're going to make sure that they're fucking qualified.
Yeah, I guess his point is just, I don't want you to have a wife and kids because I don't want anything taken away from your time.
Yeah.
Or husband and kids.
Well, we want you to have a wife and kids, and we want them to be perfect without you doing anything.
Yeah.
Because you're fully dedicated to us.
Yeah.
Also, I don't know how much like being a good parent has to do with being the president. Like it kind of does in your heart, but does it actually though?
No.
Like if you're in a pinch and you need a lawyer, and you're like, oh, this guy's a terrible dude, cheats on his wife, but he's the greatest lawyer. You'd be like, okay,
Yeah.
I don't give a shit, right? Like no one cares.
Yeah.
Like if they're good at their job, like no one cares what they're doing at home.
Yeah. What makes you a good president might not make you a good father. And what we need is a president. We just want to be reflected in our presidents.
Yeah.
Yeah, we want to be reflected in everybody that we see or admire or look up to. And the second they have a quality that differs from us and a quality that we are glad we don't have, then we will hold you to the fire.
Yeah.
Now, if they have a quality that's different than us, but a quality we wish we did have, then we admire you for it.
Yeah.
Oh, you're courageous, you're brave, you're confident. Like all the people looking at Prime right now, they're like, man, I wish I had that confidence, man.
Yeah.
I wish I could go into a situation like that and just know it was going to be successful.
Because when you're president, you're the leader of the free world. It's hard to follow a leader when they have stains on their personality. You want them to be perfect in every way.
Yeah, we want you to be perfect, but perfect people might not make the best presidents.
Yeah.
The best presidents might be the people who have failed a lot and know the punishment, the pain, and the repercussions of that failure, and will then try to avoid those failures. You know, it's like somebody who's running a business. I don't want someone who's never ran a business before. I want someone who's went through everything. Maybe one of their business failed, and they know exactly why it failed.
Yeah.
That's good. Because
if they got success, I'd rather one of their businesses also fail.
Just
probably.
so you know what to
They
do in that
yeah, they
situation, what you could have done differently.
Yeah.
Imagine you never had a business fail. All you had is success, and now we're starting to fail. The fuck you know how to do it. You don't know jack shit,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah. Also, Trump is just so arrogant. He's like, yo, my kids are the best. My family's the best. Like, you just get that sense that he thinks he's the best. So if anyone in his family were to slip up, they'd be like, nah, look. Whereas Biden said nothing. He's just kind of just been like walking around, sort of just like trying his best for years. And everyone's like, yeah, you know, you can't. How you gonna blame this guy? You know what I mean? Like, I think people genuinely feel bad for him. At least I do.
Do you think he's relaxed? Like he's
As a person, or since he became president, or
just in general, like he is arguably the most stressful job in the world.
Yeah.
Now, of course, when there is a Navy SEAL that is hiding in a bunker about to assassinate, in that moment, that is objectively more stressful.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about day to day waking up and the decision that you have to make affects not just your country, they affect the whole world. When you leave the world, this is an 8 billion person decision every single time. Do you think he's going, fuck, I got some anxiety today? Like, he always seems kind of chill, like making jokes. I'm Jill's husband. Like, wouldn't you be panicking?
I think he's less stressed on average than other
do you think he
presidents.
knows what's going on?
And is that to his benefit? Like,
To
thank
his benefit,
God,
yeah.
if he's not making the decisions already,
Yeah.
like if the CIA, whoever's making the decisions, at least the poor guy has no fucking clue what's going on. Like, because imagine you weren't making the decisions and everybody thought you were.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
The fucking pain and stress connected with that.
I wonder how much he's aged in 4 years, and that will tell me how many decisions.
Yeah, if he's aged nothing, he hasn't made a single fucking
ain't doing
decision.
nothing.
Yeah. Did we pay back those loans? No? Okay, let me go back, play checkers.
Yeah. Obama looked, he looked disheveled.
It looked like he knew about some decisions.
He had some years on him.
Yeah.
He wore them.
George Bush Jr., I don't think he knew what the fuck was going on. He was chilling.
Yeah, he was chilling.
Bro, and there's part of me, it's almost like if you had that meeting with fucking Dick Cheney, right? And it's like, Dick Cheney's like, I'm gonna make all the decisions. And he's like, George Bush's like, all right, bet. But don't be telling me about them.
That's what you got to do.
Don't be telling me, because if you're gonna make the decisions, I don't want to carry the weight of that.
Yeah.
I want to paint soldiers or play baseball or do whatever funny, goofy shit I gotta do.
Yeah, hang with Ellen.
Hang with it. The second I'm not responsible, don't be telling
Have
me.
you seen that golf swing thing where he
Yeah.
stands
Now
on
watch this drive.
The
Yeah.
greatest
Fucking
moment ever, dude.
This is not if you pull that up, that's not a guy who really knows what's going on. You know what I mean? That's a guy who millions of innocent people are probably dying. And he's just like, I don't know.
But
I'm just out here playing putt-putt.
I get it.
Oh,
I
yeah,
get
yeah,
it.
yeah,
Like,
yeah. That's how you prefer it.
don't. Here we go.
Oh, bro, I miss this America, dude. We need this back.
We must stop the terror. I call upon all nations to do everything they can to stop these terrorist killers. Thank you. Now watch this drive.
Smacked it.
I mean,
that is
great.
which no one ever talks about, that his dad raised a president.
Good swing.
Oh, yeah.
His dad was a president and then raised a president. And the two of them must have linked up and been like, yo, how fucking crazy is this shit?
Yeah. He almost raised 2 presidents.
Yeah, if it wasn't for Trump, Jeb might have won.
Jeb was the front runner of the family.
Yeah.
Like, he wasn't even supposed to be in it.
Yeah.
Jeb was the guy. And
Jeb was well liked, and apparently would have been good. Yeah,
he owned a baseball. They gave him like a goofy job.
His dream was to be the MLB commissioner, and then he was commissioner of the free world.
That's hilarious.
He wasn't ready for that.
Yeah,
I just watched this drive.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is
that sounds like a guy that wants to be like, we're gonna get these steroids out of the game. Now watch this drive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, what do you think they talk about?
Who?
Your dad's the president. You're the president. Your brother's or whatever.
Keep in mind, his dad was not only the president, a wartime president, and the head of the CIA.
Ooh.
What, like,
you were a president in name only.
Yeah.
Right? According to the
Pino.
Yeah.
What is it? President in name only. Yeah, like Republican in name only.
Yeah.
So it's like they have nothing, I guess. I mean, they have obviously some things in common, but in terms of the responsibility and like bearing the weight of the decisions, if it is true what they say that Dick Cheney was making all the decisions and then, the deep state or whatever were involved, what would they talk about? And if you're the son, you'd be like, don't talk to me about this shit. This was supposed to be Jeb's job. I was supposed to own a baseball team. Jeb fucked up, so no, I had to step in. Well, it was even before, but still, it's like, I didn't want none of this shit.
Sure.
I had to.
He got out of office. He's like, yes, I can paint now.
Yeah. It's so
He
crazy.
just wanted to
He
be a
seems
little
to have
painter.
handled it the best.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't tell me. If I don't have control, don't tell me. If I don't have control, don't tell me.
He's had the best post-presidency rehab of his image. Him and Jimmy Carter, I think. But
Jimmy wins.
Yeah, Jimmy was hated when he was in office, and now everybody loves him. But George Bush, same thing. George W. Now him and Michelle just hanging out, yucking it up wherever they go.
Yeah.
Fucking friendship, you know what I mean? Painting wharfs. You're like, oh, I like this guy.
Yeah.
People legitimately thought he was a devil.
Obama did a good
in
job.
office. But Obama was mostly well-liked by...
Yeah.
W was not.
Well, what do you mean? Republicans loved him.
Not when he was in office.
Of course.
They liked Republicans. They didn't like W.
No, they loved him. They were like, the country's safe with him. They had a single terrorist attack since he got in.
I did not
He won
hear-
re-election.
Yeah, he won re-election.
But
but we were
towards
also
the
in
end
war.
of his second term.
Yeah, it was
like,
pretty clear.
Once it was clear that, like, oh, you got us in this war, this bullshit war.
Yeah, we
like,
didn't
he
need to be
wasn't
in.
like,
I was in, now granted, I moved to
Not
Cali.
what I remembered.
I moved to Cali in 07, but I was in a very red state before, up until 2007. So I saw a term and a half of him.
Yeah.
And by around the end of 2006, 2005, even people were like, oh, really? What are we doing here?
Yeah.
Not that all Republicans they will support the party, but I didn't know a lot of people who were ride or die for W.
because people
And I'm from where he's
both
from.
parties lost sons in Iraq.
Gotcha. Yeah, I guess they are. I mean, they're from Ohio.
Wait, who is? The Bushes?
The Bushes, yeah.
I thought it was
They were
Texas.
raised in Texas. George W. was governor of Texas. I can't imagine him. I mean, I guess
No, the
Texas.
Bushes are
Florida.
Say what?
Jeb
was
was-
Florida, but originally they're either from Ohio or like Connecticut or something like that.
Oh.
Yeah,
Bunch
the
of
perspective
oils.
of them is that they're like these like oil Southern goody two shoes
Yeah, I thought
guys.
they lived in Texas.
But no, they're not. Go look at where the Bush family's from. Connecticut or Ohio or something.
George H.
HW is from Greenwich, Connecticut.
Yeah, they're they're waspy New England folks.
Like
yeah.
cosplaying as Southerners.
Yeah, exactly.
W wasn't cosplaying though. He just wanted to coach baseball, dude.
That's it, dude.
W is Connecticut.
He's got to be the most relatable
So
president.
George W. Bush, born in New Haven, it says he grew up in the Texan cities of Midland and Houston, and then went to Yale. It's hilarious.
But yeah, they're like waspy New England folks, but they kind of have this. I guess they spent time down in Texas, but still, like
W
culturally-
has that little twang. Fool
Of
me,
course
can't
they
get
talk
fooled
about-
again.
They all kind of talk like that, but like culturally, like where they're hanging in the summer, who they're politicking with, they ain't in the fucking cowboy boots and on the fucking horses, right? They're in waspy ass. They're at the fucking Cape Cod or Nantucket or whatever it is. Like, yeah,
He's second best golfer, apparently.
of all presidents.
Yeah, JFK's one.
Really?
Apparently W is two, yeah.
Bro, you don't think Trump is pretty good? I've been watching his swings. Trump's
I'm
got
just saying from like, this is like golf pros talking. They like did a candid talk where they're like, yeah, I've golfed with 10 presidents, 5 presidents, whatever, like comparing swings on stuff. And they're like, JFK, number one, even with the broken back, number one. W and like a few others sort of like really fight out for two.
Oh, really?
FDR is pretty good.
Yeah.
He handicapped, you know what I mean? That helped a little bit.
What about
What's his handicap?
Barry?
His legs?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
What about Barack?
Barack was a later in life golfer.
Damn.
W would have grown up playing.
He was a hoop.
Yeah, he was too busy hooping. He was busting ass.
Yeah,
that's what
That's
happened.
Hooper, no doubt.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for listening. We'll see you on Patreon this Friday. We appreciate you. We love you. Peace.